innovation, research, and entrepreneurship, the trinity that powers progress. A warm good morning and heartiest welcome to one and all present here. I, Nishtha,
And I, Gokul, will be the MCs for the event today. GIBS IRE, Innovation, Research and Entrepreneurship School is a complete action learning school. Every Friday is dedicated to the IRE school, which comprises an innovation lab, research lab, and entrepreneurship lab. GIBS IRE Conference and Awards is where the brilliant minds from diverse fields converge to foster collaboration, exchange cutting edge ideas, and inspire transformative action. This dynamic conference serves as a melting pot for innovators, researchers, and entrepreneurs to explore emerging trends, share their breakthroughs, and forge valuable connections.
God can handle all your doubt, anger, fear, grief, confusion, and questions. You can bring everything to Him in one prayer. With that note, I would like to call upon Miss Sandeepa, first year PGDM student, for an invocation song.
गणनायकाय गणदेवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमन्दिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणाधीशाय गुणाधीताय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गणेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeepa.
Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity as sunlight expels the darkness of night. Similarly, blessings bring in our life prosperity and happiness. I request the keynote speaker, panelists Ritesh sir and Kavita ma'am to join for lamp lighting. Thank you to all the dignitaries.
Distinguished guests, awardees, esteemed colleagues, and honored participants, as we gather here today, let us remember that greatness is not achieved in the silence of complacency, but in the symphony of action and unwavering determination. With this profound notion in mind, we embark with this auspicious occasion. Let me take this opportunity to give my heartiest welcome to all the dignitaries present here today. To start with, it's my pleasure to welcome Prashant Tibriwal sir, keynote speaker of the day. I would like to request Ritesh sir to welcome Sir with a floral bouquet. Now, I would like to request Ritesh Sir to welcome Mr. Shankar Rao Sir with a floral bouquet.
Now, I would like to request our Dean and CGO, Dr. Kavita Mathad Ma'am, to welcome Abhirami Ma'am with a bouquet. Now, I would like to request Kavita Ma'am to welcome Siddharth Baliga Sir with a bouquet. I would like to request Kavita Ma'am to welcome our MD, Mr. Ritesh Goyal Sir with a bouquet. Hari Prakash Sir with a floral bouquet. I would like to request our Assistant Dean, Lakshmi Ma'am, to welcome Kavita Ma'am by giving the floral bouquet. It is my distinct honor and privilege to invite Mr. Ritesh Goyal Sir, Managing Director, GIBS, to deliver a speech on this special occasion. Sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. This is not the power of GIBS. Very good. Thank you so much. All right. So today I am very excited. I was tensed in the morning, and the mixed feelings, I would say. I would like to share a few things with all of you about the journey of GIBS and the journey of IRE. Can anybody tell me the dictionary meaning of IRE? It's IRE. IRE. Can you tell me, any one of you? The meaning of IRE is anger. So, I have already shared with most of you how GIBS has come into the market. See, generally people complete their MBA from IIMs, IITs, and then they think about starting a business school or a big corporates. But here, we, the brothers from a very small village called Rajasthan, the Bhadra in Rajasthan, where the total population is about 75,000 people. So we just, dreamt about starting a small business in 2011 after finishing my MBA from a very basic institution in Bangalore. And you know what is the best part about that time, 2007-9? It was the biggest recession in the country. Biggest recession in the country. People were leaving Bangalore. And at that point of time, I thank God that jobs were not available. Because my top dream, the highest dream, was to earn 50,000 rupees per month. And the jobs were not available. So we thought, let's start something of our own. Because kab tak survive karenge with 9,000, 10,000 rupees salary. And the family has sold, the house to give me an education. So in 2009, I worked for about one and a half year in a small institution called Franklin Institute of Air Hostess Training, and then for about 1 year in a startup institution called Excel Business Academy. And then we founded a brand called Pathfinder Edu Solution. And Pathfinder, I'm sure many of you would have heard about. It's a quite popular brand in the country now. We have our presence, and in the past we had our presence in about 36 cities. I'm not sure if many of you would have prepared for an entrance exam from the franchises of Pathfinder. So CAT, MAT, ZAT, CMAT, ATMA. And when you don't have, I always say the bad time is an opportunity. And even IRE has come during 2020. And again, the biggest recession, I won't even say recession. The entire world was shut down, right? And then after that, we started an institution on the border of Tamil Nadu. Because when you don't have money, but the dream is very big, so what you should do? Go out of your limits. So we went out of Bengaluru, and we were knowing that we want to start something big, not a small business school in one small building or something like that. So with a very small investment, even if I'll tell you the investment, I'm sure you'll be surprised. With somewhere around 2.5 crores, we started this brand, where these days people says a business school cannot be started without 40-50 crores rupees of an investment. So why? Because with 2.5 crores, you can just get it over there only in the border of Tamil Nadu. So we started our business school in about 4 acres, 4.5 acres in 2014-15. And when it comes to the numbers on the Tamil Nadu border also, I don't remember that we were having less than 120 students in any of the batch. And trust me, we used to keep them inside the campus. Nowadays, I mean, you guys are free, you are enjoying your time. And that time we used to lock them from Monday to Saturday, only Sunday we used to open the campus. And imagine the millennial generation keeping them inside the campus for 6 days. They were not allowed to go out at all for first 3 batches. So those were the days. And then in 2020, I would say this is one of its kind. I will just read it through my screen so that I don't miss on any point. So in 2020, we have seen the worst time. I'm sure many of us have seen the worst time. And when I say worst time, we came up with a new campus. I'm sure we are the first institution in Bangalore. I can't claim on India, but maybe in India, who has built their own campus on their own land in BBMP limit within 3.5 or 4 years span of time. So we invested about 24 crores rupees, which was a dream in the 2013-14 in 2020, and we came up with an institution. So we inaugurated this new campus in October 2019, but then March 19th was the inauguration, the official inauguration, where we have called many dignitaries from the ministry and the corporates and the business houses. But 25th of March was the lockdown, and our beautiful campus has become a dark house. And we have put everything, because we don't belong to a family where they have invested money and it's okay, we can survive for 3-4 years. And I'm sure you would have seen the batches size also in 2020 and 21. So we were just sitting, even it was on the verge of closure. We were thinking that let's close it down, let's give a rebirth to our brand Pathfinder. Can you imagine that we were having a team size of about 175 people in Pathfinder just to see this dream of a business school? We have shut it down, the operations of Pathfinder across the country. And then we thought, okay, let us give, because I believe that whatever we do, we should give our 1000% to that. And you can see we all brothers, the entire team work day and night for the institution. You will see me from morning till night, because I have always heard that MDs and chairmen comes at about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the evening, and they just sign and go. And I have seen my MDs and chairmen like that. So we have given our heart and soul to the institution. So in 2020, we were thinking that either close it down, otherwise कुछ ऐसा करो जो आज तक किसी ने सोचा ही नहीं. Do something in such a way जो nobody has even thought about it. And trust me, I can vouch on that. In BSchool industry, nobody have even thought about this particular concept. And that was the reason we were angry. See, when we says no, that आपको बहुत गुस्सा आता है, तो यो तो गुस्से को निकालना सीखो, यो गुस्से को पालना सीखो. तो हमने गुस्से को पालना सीखा. And at that point of time, we have given a birth to IRE. I was just sitting with one of my friend by name Rishabh Jain. We both were sitting. We were talking that Rishabh, कुछ ऐसा करना है which nobody would have done it till date in BSchool industry, and it should be a revolutionary act. And at that point of time, we came up with something, and we were discussing. I says that top brands are built on a general discussions over the cup of tea. You don't need strategy to build that. We have a lot of strategists, we have a lot of people in our team, but you don't need all these things. Once the brands are built, then you need strategists to make it, amazing. So we both were sitting. I was like, Rishabh, how do we start a business? We just think about something innovative idea, ideation is something. And then we just make a research about it, whether it will perform, am I solving the problem of anybody or not? And then finally, I execute it. So it's IRE. Then we even thought E stands for execution. But then it was not fitting in, so we thought innovation, research, and entrepreneurship. And our purpose is not only for you guys to start a business immediately after your PG program, but it's moreover about having an entrepreneurial mindset, having an ownership mindset. Because in today's generation, we see that that is absolutely missing. The moment I get into any organization, the moment I'm working with any department, the only needing thing, today I hire people by looking only at one thing, and that is attitude, attitude, and attitude. I don't look at communication, I don't look at so many things. So that is something where this IRE brand has come into the picture. And then we also thought about a lot of things. So that is something, the past of IRE. In 2020, it was a normal school. Then 2021, we came up with the conference. 2022, we had a prototype. And 2023, you can see the next level of IRE. And I am not sure this conference next year, it can happen in Goa also. It can happen in other parts of the country also. Because we are identifying about 12 cities of the country where we are going to take it up, this IRE conference. And I'm not sure that students will be sitting over here by next year, because we are coming with the exhibition where you are going to exhibit your prototypes over there in the exhibition outside the hall. So you will not be allowed for the conference. And all the guests will be sitting over here, maybe about 200 guests by next year. So I always says that conquer fear whenever is the bad time. See, हिंदी में बोलते हैं कि डर को भी डर से डर लगना चाहिए, right? So then only you can survive. CV says that if you want to be in Bangalore, you should know local language. You want to be in Bangalore, you should be very good at English. You should have great personality. The moment we started, we were not having any of them. Any of them. So it's like, always I say that conquer fear. And fear is something where we are unable to make decisions, and I think fear is the best time when we should make the decisions. We should make the top decisions. And our faculty members has given about 180 plus hours for this particular program. The winning is not about the type of program what we are giving. No, it's about the consistency. It's about the continuation of the program for about 180 plus hours. And I'm only converting 18 credits into 10 hours. And if I look at the efforts put by students by each group, it becomes 500 plus hours plus 180 hours, which is more than an executive MBA. Which is more than an executive MBA of any program. So I would say you are not doing one MBA or PGDM program, you are doing, it's a dual program. So you can really make use of it. This is, I'm sure you have seen the top 10 skills identified by World Economic Forum. I was not knowing, BG sir, who is not present today due to something. So he has told me it was almost 3 years of an existence of IRE school. And then we came to know that out of 10, 8 skills are covered in IRE school. A few of them are like critical thinking, decision making, analytical skills. So we were not knowing. So it's what ideas come. I just say, if you have a faith, please do not listen to anyone. If you have a faith, do you really think that we had strategists in our life? Do you really think we had people to guide us? No. I feel take the decision, then make it right. Any decision, you just make it. I just took the decision of starting a campus as Talli, which is on the border of Tamil Nadu. And both the brothers were not happy with the decision. And it was just out of curiosity, it was just out of a dream, a dreamer's thing that, 4 acres hamara hoga. And you can't believe, I'll tell you something very surprising. Today also when our mother comes to the institution, today also, the first question, ye apna Marwadi mein she will ask, apno hi hai ke? Is it ours? Is it ours? And my son today also he asked, he looked at Kavita madam and telling, Madam, aapko salary deti hai kya? See, what am I trying to say? Please understand. And I got my first vehicle, a dream car, which anybody would love to see that dream, the Mercedes Benz, immediately, after this 2022. And I'm not telling that I got it, but I want to tell you the story behind it. So I made my parents to sit in that vehicle. And the moment my mother sat in the vehicle and my father sat in the vehicle, the first thing what my mother said, why did you pay 75 lakhs for this vehicle? Earlier vehicle was much, much better. कितना बड़ा था. And you would have got 5 vehicles. तेरे आगे पीछे भी 2 गाड़ी आगे 2 पीछे होती 75 lakhs में. Can you imagine? See, still we are the same. And the moment success comes in your life, please do not put it on your head. I am sure today so many people are sitting over here. I met them about 8 years back, 7 years back. I remember people. Networking is something they should keep getting, the messages. Doesn't matter they like you or not. I'm sure after some time they'll fall in love with you. So this is something what I always believe. And IRE is an emotion, I would say. IRE is not a course. IRE is not a program, because the kind of the growth what we are looking at, I'm sure you guys are every day getting the posters of IRE talks. So you must be thinking, oh, it is just a guest lecture. It is going to be the next big venture of GIBS. So IRE talks, we are launching like TEDx or like Joe's talks. As of now, I'm sure if you would have calculated, if not, every poster has a number on the top right corner. As on date, we have delivered in last 2.5 years almost 300 plus IRE talks. It's 514, I'm sorry. So I thought it should not be too much, 350 also. It's 514 talks we have delivered in last 2.5 years. And we have got the people from Shark Tank India, we have got the speakers from Joe's Talk, we have got the speakers from TEDx. And the next big thing, I'm sure you will see the sharks also on IRE Talks very soon. Because most probably by next month or next to next month, we are launching the podcast of IRE Talks. We are setting up a studio in GIBS Business School itself, where we are going to get the top class guest from the innovator, the best innovators, researchers and entrepreneurs. And I'm sure you will be meeting almost 10 to 15 of the innovators, researchers and entrepreneurs today also during the IRE Excellence Award. So this is something I really thought I'm going to share it with all of you. And the last but not the least, as I always talk about style statement and substance statement. I'm sure my BMP paper, I have shared it with all of you on the first day itself. The facade versus the foundation. See, the style statement is very good to carry. I should wear coat, pen, tie, the beautiful goggles and everything. But I always believe if you are not backed by the substance, you are nothing. Style is not going to give you anything. So if you will see a beautiful facade of the building in the front, but if the foundation is not solid, so that building has to come down. And the biggest example is the Adarsh Society of Mumbai. An amazing apartment where the pricing was about 23,000 rupees square feet, and it has fallen down after few years of an existence. So you guys have to work on your foundation, and I'm sure the critical skills what you have. Be a great storyteller, always talk about your programs which you have finished in form of stories. And only 2 last lines I would like to share. If you don't make a time to work on creating the life you want, if you don't make a time to work on creating the life you want, you are eventually going to be forced to spend a lot of time dealing with the life you don't want. So the choice is yours. I would say that 25 to 35, very crucial time. If you struggle at this point of time for next 10 years, you are going to enjoy for rest of your life. And सपनों की एक खासियत होती है, वो आपको कभी मरने नहीं देते. If you really you are having a fear of dying, start dreaming. सपने आपको कभी मरने ही नहीं देंगे. Trust me. They will not allow you to die. So don't think much about your competitors or the criticizers, because सूरज कितना भी चमक ले, समुद्र को नहीं सुखा सकता. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words.
I would like to request our Dean and CGO, Dr. Kavita Mathur Ma'am, to grace us with her insightful words and deliver a speech on this momentous occasion.
Good morning, everybody. Morning, guys. So it's very difficult to speak after Sir has spoken, that too especially about IRE. That's his brainchild. Nobody can substitute. Talking about the IRE concept. So, good morning again, everybody, all the delegates here. Thank you for coming in, making time for our conference. and my own team, GIBS team, and the students here. And this is one of those most awaited kind of conferences, like we are planning up with so many conferences, but then this was like something like, IRE conference. One of those days wherein we were planning the academic calendar, we said like IRE conference is something we need to be coming up with. Now, prototype, your presentations, everything was happening, but then this time, how are we going to make it much more rigorous, much more elaborate? So then we thought, okay, let's have this kind of a competition wherein, our students will make it more competitive so that, we kind of rekindle or, just bring that nudge, just an extra effort that students will put, with their creativity. So we know, I mean, like we get students across, it's a heterogeneous group. So coming up with this concept like IRE, right? This is a very unique concept, and this is again a very unique conference as well. And I'm sure GIBS is hosting one of its kind of conference. So guys, IRE concept is something which is like, if I have to say, it all started. So I did narrate the whole, the way it started off. So it started with the name, and today it has become a brand. So we have really put in a lot of efforts, and we are not, we are not stopping anywhere, and we are going to make it really big. And we are dreamers, and that's what we are going to achieve as well. We manifest as well. So that's the reason why we achieve as well. So, so how did this concept all start about? Sir did talk about the story here, but then, yeah, when it comes to actually executing it academically, making it more rigorous, it's all, these courses are credited, these courses have an assessment pattern, and at the end of the day, you get a degree as well, right? So how is all this to be done, and how do we cater to all these different kind of minds and brains and hearts? Right? So how is it that we are going to be catering? How is that we encompass everything? We need to have one or the other takeaway for each of the student who goes through this particular exercise. So how is that we are going to do? So I and R and E, a connection between I and E is something which generally you see a lot of write-ups upon. You see a lot of B schools talking about. You see a lot of industry talking about innovation and entrepreneurship, because innovation, if not an invention, but then anything which is related to creativity, right? Something newness in a brand or a service is considered to be innovation. It could be process, it could be a product, right? So converting that into a business opportunity is what entrepreneurship, right? So many B schools, many industry, many think tanks, right? Many forums, discussions, they generally connect the I and the E, the innovation and and the entrepreneurship. But research, where is this coming from? So when I say research, academicians' eyes become wide open. We like research. We like talking about research. We like doing research. We like reading a lot. But then when it comes to students, it's like a force shut of the eyes, like, oh, what is this research? It's all theory, framework. And I'm sure you all started off like that, but then today I'm sure you have kind of totally changed the perception that you had about the R component of IRE. So, like, innovation, again, is something which can be disruptive. It can be something which is frugal also. So here, why I'm talking about all this is like, we are catering not, the concept of IRE is not just to, or not to come up with a lot of startups or encourage our students to become entrepreneurs. We are doing that, but then it's not a force on them. So what is that then? If somebody doesn't want to become an entrepreneur, then what is that takeaway for that kind of a student? So it's more of an entrepreneurial skills that we are actually, trying to help them imbibe and inculcate, right? So in case of disruptive innovation that is discussed in these 3 trimesters, there can be a possibility of a student coming up with a great idea, and he or she may turn up to be an entrepreneur. Or, it could also be like, the same ideas can be used as the entrepreneurial skills in the organization that he or she is going to be getting into. work. While frugal innovation is something wherein our students, we help our students, or rather we connect, we make them more conscious about their possible contribution towards the society. Like, it's like more of that human component of a student, right? So this is where we connect the students to the concept of social entrepreneurship. So this was about I and E. When it comes to R, now this was the most difficult part for us to academically try to bring in and offer it to the students. Now, how do we actually, because as soon as we say research, theory, frameworks, our students like, no ma'am, not anymore, let's get more of a practical. But how does a practical revenue model is generated? I mean, it's generated back when you do a proper review, and then you see certain frameworks, you see certain theories, understand from that, and then you come to an executing business model. So when it comes to research piece, now we here, as a part of our IRE program, we have 3 different kind of research that we are in fact introducing our students to. So one is like the academic kind of a research, which is like typically like which most of our professors and I also like to do. That's more of reading, doing a review, and working on a particular problem statement. And we have certain statistical tools, softwares, and we have the data, we infer the data, and we come up with the conclusion. And we, as a tangible outcome, what we look for is a publication of it, maybe a patent out of it, maybe a research grant out of it, or possibly come up with a policy report, which is generally submitted to the think tanks, right? Now, apart from this academic research, this is one piece of it. And apart from the academic research, we also introduce our students to the industry research, wherein it's more of an action-based research. You get into more of an lab-based, experiment-based research, wherein we connect our students with the industry experts. If you look at our trainer profiles, our professor profiles, it's a good mix of an academic as well as an industry experience of our professors. We handpick these professors for the IRA classes. So this is one industry, and the most important and a very difficult piece of research, the third variety, is the entrepreneurial research. Now, this is something which, especially after talking to Ritesh sir and discussing so many times, this concept of research that the entrepreneur actually does, before he starts any kind of idea, even before he actually starts executing it, what is that gut feeling with which the entrepreneur goes? So sir was also mentioning during his speech here that it was very difficult, or rather the brothers did not agree to start the business school there, right? So how was it that what made him feel that okay, this is the thing, the gut feeling is something. So how does that research happen? Now this is the most important and most difficult piece that we could really fit into our syllabus, and we are still kind of figuring out how best can we fit in this entrepreneurial research. And I'm sure today, having all the delegates here on the panel and for the keynote speaking, and hearing everybody here, we will definitely get more inputs and insights, and we are going to be definitely incorporating that into our syllabus. So an inclusive of all this, I mean, R being a most integral part of it. So the IRE is a good combination of both, all the 3 of these, like I, R, and E. So so now, I mean, like, it's like, at the end of all these 3 trimesters, now when it comes to the assessment, academics does talk about assessments. It's not just that, okay, we have seen there is a very evident transformation of our students, but then that's not sufficient, right? So we need to really make that assessment. So students, with a combination of Y, E, and R, they have come up with the prototypes, and we did have a very rigorous selection process. We had 18 teams who actually did the presentation yesterday. Out of the 18 teams, we have the top 3 teams who is going to be presenting today. And one more achievement for this particular year, especially for this particular year, is like we have a good number of research papers. So that was one more tangible outcome that we had. So almost around 42 research papers we have only from the students' side. And hats off to all the students. I'm very proud of you guys. And the faculty as well, the three faculty who have really kind of made it happen. And we all started with students who said, no ma'am, how can you expect us to write a paper? This is not faculty, we are not into teaching, we are not this. I said, nothing guys, you just try doing this, So today it's like around 42 and we have few more in the pipeline. I'm sure we're going to touch that 50 magic number this time. And of course, next time we're going to raise the standards about indexing of these journals. Thank you so much for all the guests for coming in here, and thank you, students.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving us the valuable insights.
Let me take this opportunity to welcome again and introduce our keynote speaker for the day, Mr. Prakash Tibrewal, sir. Prashant, sorry, sir. He's the founder and mentor at Mid Square Consulting, MBA, MIT, Sloan School of Management. Prashant sir is an education entrepreneur with over 15 years of experience and 3 startups in the international education space. He is a double master's, first from AICTE Business School, France, and then from MIT Sloan School of Management, USA. He is also a Forbes featured international education expert and has been hosted on campus by some of the top global universities, including Harvard, Stanford, NYU, etc. We welcome you, sir, and I would like to request sir to come up on the stage to deliver a speech.
Thank you, everyone. And good morning, GIBS. How is the energy today? So, I've been associated with GIBS and Ritesh ji for a very long time, ever since, he talked about the old campus, and I was fortunate to have visited that. And his journey and GIBS, the journey of GIBS has been personally very inspiring to me. So I'm very delighted to be here at the IRE conference, and especially because the theme of the conference is very close to my heart, very close to my life, which is innovation, research, and entrepreneurship. And as an entrepreneur, I relate with what you are looking to build, what GIBS is looking to build, and the potential that it comes with. So you are, as GIBS student, you are certainly fortunate to be at the right place, to be able to be a part of this beautiful opportunity. Not everyone is. I mean, when I was a child, I wanted to be a pilot. And soon I realized I couldn't be one. Not because I was not capable, but because being brought up in a small city, I didn't know how to become a pilot. And of course, my parents had these beautiful plans for me of becoming an engineer. So I went through the drill, took up 12th, took up science in my 12th, prepared for IIT JEE, and in these years I'd studied enough science to know that I don't want to become an engineer. So I joined my undergraduate degree in economics, and I enjoyed studying economics so much that in 3 years I was not just the college topper but also the university topper. Thank you. Still, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But having studied enough economics, I knew that I didn't want to work with a bank. So I was referred to an education company by a friend. And I believe the interview went well. So I was asked, when can you join? And I said, right now. And in 20 minutes of the interview, I had my computer, I had my desk to work at. And I enjoyed working there so much that I did not take a leave for 50 continuous days, including Saturdays and Sundays. So that was, was I an entrepreneur? No. But was there an entrepreneurial spirit that kept me going for 50 days, and every day I would wake up and look forward to going to office because I was learning so much, right? And of course, working there for 3 years, I went on to do my master's in France, came back, started two ventures, ran them for 10 years, then realized I wanted to do something more, and went for my next master's to MIT, and graduated from there. And last week, I launched my next startup, which aims to be the world's largest community of international alumni. Thank you. So, so why do I tell you my story, which is so inconsistent? Because you're always told, plan for the future, plan your journey, plan your career. But most of the times, I did not know what I was doing. I was just enjoying what I was doing. Most of the times, I did not know what I would do next. I was so immersed in the present that I probably failed to plan for the future. But it was something that I believe there was a common connect in everything that I was doing, and the connect was the fact that I was learning. Everything that I was doing, I was enjoying, and I emphasize learning being different from knowledge, because all these degrees and everything that we gain, but knowledge is something that you gain and gather over a certain period of time, whereas learning is something that you gather constantly. And why is learning so important? Because as an entrepreneur, and when you talk of IRE as imbibing that spirit, it is the learning mindset that is the most important. And when you're learning, you are not just using the knowledge or whatever you are doing, you're not just using the knowledge that you have gathered, but you are also able to trust yourself that you will go and learn whatever is required. So Riteshji talked about starting a business school when he didn't have any background in that, with, of course, whatever capital, but little understanding of the business school market probably. But he had that confidence that I will learn on the go. And that's what entrepreneurs are. They start something, they push themselves into the fire, and then they believe they will come out of it. And they will come out of it successfully. Right? And I emphasize learning also because being a part of IRE, you are going to not know everything, but we talked about research so much, and it's about constant learning, right? So with my 15 years of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship journey, what I believe is this is the time, and in the history of mankind, this must be the easiest time to be an entrepreneur. Why? Because there is everything that is set on a platter. You want to start a website, there are platforms for that. You want some tech, you can plug it into your whatever idea that you are building. And I'm told that everything else these days, ChatGPT can do that, right? So the point is, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to do something larger, then this is a great time, and you are at a great place to be able to build on that, to be able to build on your ideas. And in the context of IRE, focus on learning, not because you're going to apply a certain knowledge somewhere, but you are going to have to learn throughout your life, right? So, for example, I don't know if you know this, but when you apply to the MIT or any of the top university undergraduate programs, there is no field of study that you have to choose up front. You just apply, and by the way, there are just 3 to 4 students who get an admit from India to an MIT undergraduate program every year. But even with that, you do not have to, you apply and you start your program course blind, which means you just study for 1 year, not knowing whether you will graduate as a French major or a finance major. Okay, and after the first year you decide, okay, but in India, of course, you have to decide and apply to the right colleges accordingly. And as an MIT alum, I am also an alum interviewer for the undergraduate admissions process. And if I don't know what is the candidate going to study, how do I interview them? Okay, so the briefing to me as an interviewer is that one thing that I have to assess is an innovation mindset. Whether the student is going to study French or Chinese history or finance or computer science, the one thing that has to be common in all candidates is an innovation mindset. Okay, so that is something that is so important no matter what you study, no matter what field of study that you decide to pursue, right? And with my experience, what I can define as the 5 C's of entrepreneurship are certainly, you know, curiosity, communication, critical thinking, creativity, and the fifth one being ChatGPT. Okay, it got added last month, but it's important. It's important, and it's not about ChatGPT. It's about how do you, as an entrepreneur, embrace technology. ChatGPT is just one piece of technology, but as entrepreneurs, if we have failed, and today is the time when if you cannot embrace technology, you are not prepared to grow and prepared to be an entrepreneur or prepared to be an innovator. So ChatGPT is just a representation of technology, but the point is you have to be able to embrace technology, whether you are a business in tech or not. But beyond that, the first 4 skills or qualities that you certainly need to imbibe. I mean, talking of creativity, we think of creativity and we think of art and design and whatnot, but today we are talking of design thinking. And anyone knows where was design thinking invented? Any raise of hands? They say it was invented at Stanford. I believe it was invented in India, because what we call jugaad is design thinking, right? What is design thinking? It is human-centered approach to solving complex problems in simple ways. Okay, so creativity is something that is basic to any innovation. If you are not thinking out of the box, you're not innovating. You're just following what has been done before, right? Beyond creativity, the next important trait of an entrepreneur and an innovator is curiosity. If you are not curious, I mean, today, unfortunately, we are walking on the streets, we have our headphones on, we're listening to music, we have our minds and eyes closed to what's around us. We are sitting in the room, we're watching Netflix, we don't know what's going on in the outside world. So essentially, we are not too concerned about things that do not impact us. We go somewhere, I'm sure some of you, when you came here, you look for Wi-Fi and how can I connect with Wi-Fi. How many of you know the full form of Wi-Fi? Any raise of hands? Probably half of the room doesn't know the full form of Wi-Fi, which is wireless fidelity, because we were not curious enough to find out. Okay, and this is a word that we use almost every day, see every day. So as someone who are innovators, researchers, entrepreneurs, it is very, very important to be curious. Critical thinking, Ritesh talked about critical thinking being an important part of what you learn at IRE. And that's something that is super important to be an entrepreneur. Because if you cannot logically assess a problem, if you cannot think of the pros and cons of the solutions that you're proposing, whether it's for your organization, for another organization that you're working with, you are not going to come up with the best solutions. And that is why when you apply to business schools, when you apply to different programs, there is an aptitude test. What are the testing? It is not English and math, it is critical thinking, right? And that is something that you come with some preparation, but a program like this helps you hone it further. And the fourth aspect, I mean, of course, the fifth, having covered ChatGPT, the final aspect is communication. And Ritesh talked about communication not being how well you speak. I mean, the facade versus the foundation theory, which is amazing, because it's not about how you speak, it's not about how you deliver, it's more about substance. Okay, you will be required to negotiate, you will be required to manage stakeholders, you will be required to work with employees. And if you're looking yourself as a future leader, it is super important to know how to communicate. And that starts from how to write an email to how to influence a team of 12 people in the room who may go out and do your sales tomorrow, right? So these 5 aspects, if you can cover well, if you can prepare yourself well, then you are fairly prepared to go out there, and you don't need to start a business to be an entrepreneur, but it is more about thinking and behaving like an entrepreneur. Not all of us may have the resources, may have the time, may have the idea to start something immediately. Someone told me any MBA worth his salt would like to be the owner of his own business, right? I mean, we all want to be the CEO. Who is the CEO? CEO is fairly the owner of the business, right? So the point is, you may want to be an entrepreneur today, tomorrow, 10 years from now, but it is important to think and behave like an entrepreneur wherever you are. And that is something that IRE helps you imbibe, and that is why it is so important as part of what you are doing right now, right? And when you are defining, I mean, in terms of when we are talking about what do you want to do after your program, you are your students who will go out and start building your career. With my years of experience, what I can one of the key learnings that I can present, and I'm sure a lot of people would have told you, you would have heard, that failure is the first step to success. Have you heard this? I disagree. I think success is the first step to success. How many of you play cricket? Right? How likely are you to hit a six when you have missed the first 5 balls? Versus how likely are you to hit a sixer when you have played a good shot even if it didn't go for a six? As a bowler, how likely are you to take a wicket when the batsman has hit you for 5 sixes? Versus when you have bowled a very good ball and you're super confident and next ball you just want to bowl that Yorker that you'll nail it, right? So why do I say success is the first step to success? Because I mean, we have the biggest example of Virat Kohli in front of us. He is among the most successful cricketers out there. I mean, I love cricket, so I keep talking about it. But the point is, he was going through a very bad phase. And that failure was not getting him success. He admits that he was frustrated with his family. I mean, outside in his world with his family on cricket, but he was just looking to overcome that phase, come out of that phase. And that one century against Afghanistan, after that, you can see how he has consistently succeeded on all platforms. And more recently, if you're an RCB fan, he hit a century again, right? So how do you define your goals so that you are able to define those smallest of milestones which get you to taste success is more important than defining your milestones so big that you don't know how to get success, or you're more likely to fail because you've just set something too big for yourself, right? So when they say success begets success, what they mean is smaller success brings you bigger success. It brings you that energy, it brings you that confidence to challenge yourself, to push your boundaries. And that is how, when as students, when you go out and build your career and set goals for yourself, you have to sit back and ask yourself, how do I define my goals so that I am able to bring success sooner than later, and that will help me achieve larger success going forward, right? So on that note, of course, you're doing great. You are in a great platform, and there are great things that have come out of college. Larry Page, Sergey Brin, how many of you have heard of them? They founded Google when they were in college, right? Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, it was supposed to be a photo, it was not supposed to be Facebook that you see as it is now. It was supposed to be a photo address book for students at Harvard. And it was created, he built it when he was in the first year of his college. Okay, and so great things have come out of college, great entrepreneurs have come out of college, sometimes even in the form of college dropouts. And I'm not asking you to drop out, but the fact that you're in college, you have a great platform. I believe you are in the right position to create something amazing. And I like the vision that GIBS has, Riteshji has for IRE, and I believe great things will come out of IRE in the future with great students like you. So all the best for what you are looking to achieve, all the best for what you are looking to innovate, what you're looking to build. Bring the ire in you to, ignite the fire outside. And on that note, all the best. Thanks again.
Thank you for sharing your priceless knowledge and experience, sir. We are grateful for the time and effort you took to share your thoughts.
I would like to request Ritesh sir to welcome the founder and CEO of Yan Bazaar and Shark Tank fame, Prateek Gadia sir. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to honor and felicitate the exceptional individuals who have embraced the spirit of innovation, entrepreneurship, and research in us. These esteemed professors have not only demonstrated academic excellence, but have also fostered a culture of creativity, problem solving, and entrepreneurial mindset within our institution. They have not only inspired us, but have also nurtured the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship within us. They have encouraged students to dream big, think outside of the box, and to turn their ideas into tangible solutions that have the potential to make a positive impact on the society. Through their mentorship, guidance, and support, they have helped us to navigate the challenging journey of turning the innovative ideas into reality. Please give a big round of applause as we felicitate these exceptional professors for their unwavering dedication and invaluable contribution in the field of innovation, entrepreneurship, and research. May I request JP Sahu sir, Hari Prakash sir, and Kiran Babu sir to please come up on the stage. I would also like to request Ritesh sir and Kavita ma'am to please come and honor the professors. I would now like to request sir and ma'am to please felicitate JP Sahu sir with a token of gratitude.
I would now like to request sir and ma'am to felicitate Hari Prakash sir with a token of gratitude. I would now like to request sir and ma'am to honor Kiran Babu sir with a token of gratitude. topic for the discussion is IRE, Igniting Creativity and Driving Growth in the Digital Economy. This discussion brings together a distinguished group of experts who will share their insights, experiences, and perspectives on this important subject. We are honored to have such esteemed panelists with us today, and we look forward to an engaging and enlightening discussion. Before we begin, let me take this opportunity to introduce our esteemed panelist, Pratik Garia Sir, founder and CEO at the Yarn Bazaar Shark Tank fame. Prat- Pratik Sir is an inquisitive individual who is motivated by a sense of legacy. Born into a typical middle class Marwari business family, he has always balanced his studies, sports, music, business, and extracurricular activities. He enjoys solving complex business problems and plays the role of an entrepreneur, podcaster, and guest lecturer. He is a metalhead who gets as excited about being at the helm of the business world as he does about his guitar's distorted riffs. He was the rhythm guitarist for a metallic cover band in Mumbai. I would like to request Sir to come up on the stage.
Our next panelist of the day is Abhirami Duraiswamy ma'am. She's an executive and leadership coach at Family Managed Business. She is also an author. Abhirami ma'am is an internationally certified executive coach, specializing in entrepreneurship and family businesses. She is also a certified coach in leadership, emotional intelligence, and master spirit in coaching. She is the founder of Outshine Outplay based in Bangalore. Abhirami ma'am has more than 17 years of corporate and leadership experience and works closely with business leaders from different sectors. She has clients across the global and coaches diversified sectors like manufacturing, IT, FMCG, automobile, electrical components, and power. I would like to request ma'am to please come up on the stage.
Our next panelist for the day is Siddharth Baliga Sir, Vice President, Vani Coach, Alumni, MIT Manipal. Siddharth Sir is an engineer, a management graduate by need, an educationist by passion, and an author at heart. He has spoken at several colleges and universities, including IIT. Just like millions of India, Sir realized after graduating from MIT Manipal that engineering is not his cup of tea, and so he spent 12 plus years of his working life in education and skill development, inspiring students to find their true calling. I would like to request Sir to come up on the stage.
Our next panelist is Shankar G. Rao Sir, CIO and CDO at Bosch. Sir has completed his MBA from Lindenwood University, USA. He has developed IT and digital strategy at multi-year implementation roadmap in alignment with the business strategy. He has successfully managed multiple implementation of SAP ECC, SAP S4HANA, and Success Factor owned the program delivery, which included plan management, ensuring schedule cost, scope adherence, and quality of deliverables. He also been identified opportunities for digitization across enterprise value chain and leading digital transformation initiatives for Bosch. Can we have a round of applause for Sir?
I would take this opportunity to introduce our moderator for the day, Mr. Hari Prakash Sir, Professor of Practice, GIBS, ex-VP, Valvoline Cummins Limited, ex-GM, Tata Motors, ex-Chief Marketing Manager, CAT Limited and RPG Group. He is a strategic corporate leader who, after 34 plus years of extensive experience in directing corporates into growth areas, is now active in academics. He has worked in top companies like MRF, Tata Motors, Seat Tires, Bridgestone, Gillette, and Valvoline as leader, and was also responsible for many successes as sales marketing head. In recent times, he is associated with the leading B schools in Bangalore as a faculty. He also delivers lectures on varied subjects on strategy, teamwork, marketing, and sports. As the I request Sir to please come up on the stage. As the stage is set for panel discussion, I would like to request Hari Sir to continue further with the discussion.
Okay, it's always a pleasure to have such a power-packed panelist for this panel discussion on innovation and igniting creativity. And actually, result what we all want is great growths in organizations, in individuals, and institutions as we look today. First thing, we have one Shark Tank star here, a leadership coach, and we have a technology expert leader in his own right, Shankar sir, and of course the business development and marketing, sales, and he himself is now Vani. The name itself is quite an interesting name, and he's the vice president there, and he's associated with institutions and learning. All in all, I thought they are the Fab Four, coming from various backgrounds. Before I start this individual directed questions to each one of you, I thought to break the ice or have the what you call flexing the muscle question. What, according to you, is creativity by DNA, by birth, or is it something that people can acquire? In your experiences, how come this creativity is there in some people in abundance, in some people it's just growing or not even there? In your experiences, what is creativity and how do you find and cultivate and develop creativity? Maybe start with Abrami, ma'am.
Thank you for this question. Yeah, I think creativity is, I think we had some fantastic keynote speaking and a discussion about why creativity is important. But right, for me, working with leaders across industries, I feel like definitely that the leadership which generally drives the creativity happening. I think keynote speaker spoke about it very well in one of his scenes. The one who has this curiosity to really understand, explore questions, to perspectives, or this is a starting point to really out or really getting new ideas. I think this is the first or fundamental aspect I really look at.
Shankar sir?
I need to press a little longer. First of all, I want to thank GIBS for a wonderful event. Honestly, I came pretty late last evening from the southernmost part of India, from Kanyakumari, where I one of the plants there. So I was in two minds. Really glad that I came and was able to. And really thank you so much, Prashant. It was very inspiring, and of course, your MD speech was really good. I'm glad I made it, and thank you, Kavita ma'am, for inviting. So I'm happy to be here. It's always really good to be amongst youngsters. We feel young, we feel young at heart. So thank you again for inviting me here. To me, creativity, like she said, it's all about within you. And typically, from an organization, if I talk from an organization point of view, right, you can always create the ecosystem to really, create that curiosity, create that awareness. But it has to, it's a mindset. It has to come from within. It has to come from within. And to me, it's a combination of both. Purely from an organization point of view, the organization has to, create that ecosystem, create that, culture of encouraging innovation, of encouraging, failure, success, encouraging thinking out of the box, right? Coming from Bosch, we have a tagline of "invented for life." So when we have survived two world wars, multiple pandemics. We are there in the business for 140 years. Without innovation, without creativity, I don't think we would have survived. So to me, it's very important for you as an individual to survive and for organization to survive.
Siddharth, sir.
Good morning. Am I audible? Okay, let me audience to the students. How many of you want to be successful? Please raise your hand. Everybody, right?
No exception.
No exception. How many of you have very unique ideas in your mind which you want to really nurture and take it forward? You believe it's going to be the next big idea, the next unicorn. How many of you? Please raise your hand. All of you have ideas, right? Please raise your hand. I can see several hands. Several hands. So what I really want to say here is that each one of us have unique ideas. Every one of us have ideas. There is no dearth of ideas. So when people say, mera idea hai, I want to keep it a secret. You see on LinkedIn, stealth mode startup. So there is no dearth of ideas. Actually, the problem is in execution. Okay, so innovation and creativity, we all are already innovative. We are already creative. The only thing is how do we execute it? We can train our brain further to think and think of new ideas, innovate daily. Like I think Kavita ma'am said earlier, it's not about only research and bringing about some kind of a new thing. It can be about innovating a process, bringing about a change in the way we run operations. So that is also innovation. And that is possible when you think daily about your idea, you think about how to execute it despite all the challenges that you may encounter. It's not just about an idea. It could be about maybe funds, the bank balance. It could be about your networks. Do you know the right people in the right places? So all these things contribute to the execution of your idea. So innovation is not in short supply at all. So we are all innovative. It's all about how we take it forward.
Pratik sir, your thoughts.
Firstly, I think it's an excellent question. To me, when it comes to creativity, and when I was sitting there and listening to Prashant ji, got inspired by a few things he said. Of course, curiosity is very important. But I think what's really important is to break down curiosity on what is the origin of curiosity. Why is it that some people are more curious than others? Because if you are more curious, it actually pushes you to be more creative, right? One of the things that we've been discussing, I mean, it's a typical discussion in the startup community. This is what we do when we hire also at the Yan Bazaar. Is that, again, and there's a lot of science to it, people with higher levels of insecurities, right, end up having higher need of achievement, which means that the curiosity level at people or for people who are highly insecure is slightly more. Right now, a lot of times we use this term called out of the box thinking, and I think it's used frequently. It's often misunderstood. Show of hands, how many people have heard of this phrase called first principles thinking? Right, so first principles thinking actually something we should really be, getting deep, diving into and understanding what this means, which actually leads to creativity. So for example, at least to me personally, Elon Musk is that person in the world who's been the most creative. That's because the first principles thinking approach he has is very different. So just to give some context to that, SpaceX, right? That's a company which is into space exploration. Now, traditionally, how this industry has worked is like, imagine you're taking a flight from, say, Bangalore to Mumbai, and the aircraft you're traveling in could be an Airbus 320 or Boeing, whatever aircraft you're traveling in. Imagine वो aircraft Bangalore से Bombay जाने के बाद कभी reuse हो नहीं सकता. Now, can you imagine the commercial impact of it even for a traveler? Because आप जो aircraft में travel कर रहे हो वापस reuse नहीं होगा तो आपके लिए travel cost is very, very expensive. Right, that's where SpaceX came in. Boss, why is this the case? Why can't we make rocket launchers which can come back, land, and we can reuse it? Right, so that is creativity in its true sense, which is for me led by two things. When we say curiosity, it means high level of insecurity, and B, it means having a first principles thinking approach.
Great. I'll have to ask an add-on question to Abhirami ma'am. Good to great. When you talk about good organizations and great organizations, is innovation and creativity the distinguishing factor that makes good organizations great? If they have this element of innovation and creativity in their leadership, in their management styles, is it one distinguishing factor?
Okay. Uh, Definitely innovation and creativity and innovation plays a great role. I work with family businesses, and we all know that family businesses contribute to more than 70% of GDP in India. So I think it is worth considering how these creativity and innovation plays a role. I think we also have a family business person here. So how these innovation and or creativity and innovation play a role in family businesses, right? If you look at our family businesses in India, we know a lot of family businesses that have started, that have done really well, but nowhere there now. And we know some family businesses just started as so small and they just reached a state which we never believe it is possible. What really brings the difference, right? There are a lot of factors. One of the critical factor is definitely being agile, being creative, and the culture to lead for change. Not really, no, we don't really want an organization that can um, be built for long, rather to be built to be changed so that they can live longer, irrespective of what is
I
really
think
needed.
Shankar sir was talking about the adaptability and creating an ecosystem to uh, what you call encourage creativity and innovation. I think that could be one of
Correct.
the, yeah.
Because we are not in the situation where we really want to build an organization that can go longer. We really want an organization that can be ready to change so that irrespective of what is happening in the industry, they are there.
Thank you, ma'am. My directed question to Siddharth sir. You are having a long career in business development and Times of India, AppTech, top organizations to talk about in sales and marketing. And you have driven growths in your different roles. You have handled several large team members, and you would have found a lot of individuals at varying levels, entry-level sales executives, sales managers, national managers, some of them showing those sparks of creativity, and some at a lower level also having a tremendous, what you call, bank of new ideas. How do you, as a leader, identify this talent and those creative sparks? And what is the encouragement that you have given, and how did it help?
Sure. So organizations are of different types. So in legacy organizations, there's always the system or operations or processes running things every day. So there are defined ways of working, and people have to more or less adhere to those defined processes. So forward-looking organizations and forward-looking individuals within these organizations, they have to give an ecosystem, create an ecosystem where people can come up with ideas and contribute to the betterment. So let's say in AppTech, let me give an example of AppTech, which is very well known in the education and skill development space, which started off in the early 90s. It's a public listed company. So all of us relate to AppTech and NIIT as something to do with computer education, where kids went to learn basics and Java and so on that time. But AppTech has also evolved over the years. Now AppTech runs training in animation. It owns Arena Multimedia. It owns Maya Academy. It also runs Lakme Academy powered by AppTech. Multiple businesses. They are also into aerospace training, competing with Frankfin and so on. So how does this happen? Although there are defined processes within this organization, I had the opportunity to work with fantastic bosses in the senior leadership team who had this habit of taking us offsite and making us ideate, think of out of the box ideas. Forget out of the box, tear the box apart. Okay, and that is how we used to execute. Even in the current organization where I work, it's a skill development startup powered by technology. So what we do is within the operations team, I head operations and experience. So what we do is we create committees for everything. So we have committees of employees from different teams. We absorb them into committees and we ask them to ideate, we ask them to execute so that everybody gets an opportunity to think of something new, contribute to the organization and also execute. So they come to us only when some budgets are required, budget approvals are required, and to present how they're going to achieve that particular objective or outcome. So this is, I think, how we encourage creativity within a large organization or even within a small setup.
Great, great, excellent. My next question is to Pratik sir. Before I ask questions, you know, the students will lynch me and kill me if I don't ask you this question. You are a rock star in the sense that several students asked me in the evening, sir, tomorrow you must ask him this question. How did you go to the Shark Tank? And just tell the experiences of Shark Tank.
So the honest story or the true story is actually very disappointing.
Oh my God.
When Shark Tank, I mean, of course, I've grown up watching Shark Tank and I've watched multiple formats, whether it's the US format or the Australian format. It's called Dragon's Den in the UK. While growing up, we would have never imagined Shark Tank would come to India. And when they announced that it's coming to India, of course, I had a few friends of mine who would push me, and Yan Bazaar had started by then, that we should apply. And I was very clear that Shark Tank is not for the Yan Bazaar because if you look at the format, just the format, right? It's meant more for B2C or D2C businesses. And B, it's meant for businesses which are, where an investor can understand the complexity of a business within, let's say, a 30-minute, 60-minute pitch to make that investment decision. So there were certain factors to the format which made me felt that Yan Bazaar is not a great, like a company or a startup for that kind of a format. It was actually all thanks to a very close friend of mine who kept nagging me ki boss apply kar yaar, what do you have to lose? And it came to such a point where I was like, chal yaar theek hai, abhi to itna pareshan kar raha to kar deta hu. So the application journey actually started through that. But of course, I think it was all probably part of destiny that, so there are multiple levels of application, right? So you start with one form, then there are multiple forms, then there is another interview. So I mean, it's not a very straightforward process. We kept graduating through the entire application process, and finally I received a call stating ki you're shortlisted and the next presentation is going to be with the Sharks. And because we were part of season 1, Sony India team has done a great work of at least that time not revealing who the Sharks were. Right, so even when we knew we were shortlisted, we would be pitching to the Sharks, we didn't know the panel. Like none of the panel members were actually announced, and they kept it so well that there was no leak of information also. Finally, when Shark Tank happened, I think because I went there with no expectation, right? I had absolutely no expectation. I thought, okay, now, because we've been shortlisted, chale jate hai. Now again, true story, the day before I'm expected to present, I've decided not to go there. Again, for the very same reason. And I called up I would say a friend of mine or an advisor of mine. He runs 3 funds in India of startup VC venture capital funds. And I called him and asked him कि यार ऐसा है कि we've been shortlisted, कल जाके present करना है. What is your take? Because I don't feel like going there. And he also told me the same thing. He was, are you mad? Like you're getting to present on a public television, national television platform. Why not do that?
And you got Bollywood offers after that?
Sorry?
Bollywood offers after that?
No. Thankfully not. But so that's how it happened. And I think it was the no expectation attitude which actually probably resulted in the kind of, the reaction and the support we got on the show.
And I think your episode on Shark Tank, all the students have seen the YouTube clipping. I mean, they're in awe of that entire this thing accident. Thank you so much for that. My next question to Shankar sir. I think you are what you call a technology leader all through, and coming from Bosch, the company known for innovations like 3M, Bosch are always looked as organizations that actually lead innovations. Do you consider that creativity is to be driven top-down from leadership? Or leadership or culture creating one? Or do you go about encouraging creative managers, identify individuals, and then create groups which can actually contribute to innovation culture and innovation ecosystem? Because many people believe that innovation, like integrity, is a top-down leadership function. Does Bosch and you believe that, or is it it's there everywhere, which you already said that also?
It's a good question. I think it's probably both ways. It is both top-down as well as bottom-up. Like I said earlier, as an organization, you need to create that the infrastructure, the opportunities for people to be innovative, the ecosystem that I was referring to. where we have just to give an example of Bosch, we file 19 patents every single day. So and we spend 6 billion euros every year on R&D, purely for innovation, purely for research, right? So the very fact that there's an ecosystem of availability of funds, availability of people to work on innovative new age technologies, essentially with a purpose. Innovation has to have a purpose. Our purpose is to really the invented for life tagline is to really have a social impact on the people. And the way I'm talking, I mean, the way I would probably answer your question is from the organization, from the top down, you need to create that ecosystem, you need to create that conducive environment for people to go ahead and be innovative. And also it's also up to the people, youngsters here, that how can you first be an entrepreneur and then get into. And Bosch, we encourage a lot of entrepreneurship. If somebody has an idea and somebody wants to do it, there's a team which looks at those ideas, and they're like the CEO. I mean, CEO of a product called Phantom, and he is fully empowered to act almost like a CEO, has his own team. So this kind of ecosystem has to be provided top down, and the the associates or the employees also have to take advantage of those ecosystems and be innovative. So it's, to me, both. It's like you can take a horse to the water, but you can't force it to drink. So,
And I'm sure Bosch and these organizations had the advantage of leaders being encouraging innovation and creativity in the organization.
yes.
Sorry, can I add one line
Yeah,
to
please,
that?
please, please.
I think as an organization, if you can institutionalize ambition, right, that's probably a game changer, which leads to all the creativity, innovation, and all of those things. And so companies like Bosch have been able to institutionalize ambition within the team.
There's also this saying of Steve Jobs, who said, you need to encourage creativity in such a way that, future is full of challenges, but also full of opportunities. So they encourage people who actually look at those challenges as opportunities. I think that's how Apple has been a story of innovation again. Well,
just one
yeah, please.
statement. I mean, I just want the audience to know that when you say innovation, innovation is not just technology. Innovation can be across the board, can be process. So just don't think the moment you hear the word innovation, it has to be associated with technology. No. That's just.
You mentioned Steve Jobs, just want to add on. There's one proverb that keeps floating on LinkedIn. I'm not sure whether Steve Jobs really said it. Uh, but anyway, I'll quote it. So it goes like this. We hire smart people so that they tell us what to do. Okay, so, and we don't want to tell them what to do. So this is exactly which I keep repeating in the organization every day. So when people come to me for solutions, you come up with your proposals and we can discuss. So don't come to me for solutions. You have the solutions within you, and we can debate and then maybe finalize it. So as he rightly said, institutionalize it and let them come forward with solutions.
So, a very, very related question to Abhirami ma'am, because you are an executive coach, leadership coach. Especially you deal with a lot of leaders. My question to you is basically when you talk about leaders, what according to you ignites creativity amongst leaders? Is it the need of the organization that they are leading, or is it the team that they are having who actually develop this concept of thinking out of the box and then making the leader actually look at innovation as an option, as a strategy? You deal with leaders. Kindly tell us.
Definitely a great question. It is combination of both. As he said, it is top down and bottom up. Similarly, as we spoke a lot about leadership and how leader drives the organization, how the creativity and innovation definitely has a lot of influence on how the leader of the organization or leader of the function drives within the organization. As he spoke about being ambitious or being part of the culture, that definitely has a huge influence, because if the leader is somebody who's really curious, who's really open to listen to new ideas and be open to listen to diverse perspectives, definitely it is going to influence the team. But I also look at these leaders have certain characteristics or kind of elements that they drive within their teams, which I put it as ABC formula, just to remember. A is for autonomy. If the leader is somebody who's so dictative, I don't think the team is going to bring up any new ideas. So if the leader is able to give kind of autonomy, certain level of autonomy, defining the boundaries, the team has the ownership and they're able to find a way of doing things differently. That is definitely a biggest influence within the teams, because they feel like, I'm not here just to do what I want, what they told me to do. I'm here to do in a way, in my own way, right? That is definitely an important aspect. The B, I think Siddharth beautifully spoke about it, mainly about brainstorming. If the leader who's able to encourage collaborative and brainstorming approach, it definitely brings out a lot of new ideas. This is one aspect of it. The second and most important aspect is it creates a psychological safety within the team so that they can propose their ideas without the fear of what will others think of me, right? Because all of us have ideas. I think when we asked, all of us have ideas, but why is that we're not really converting those ideas? The first and the most important factor is the fear of judgment. What will others think of me, right? And the third C, I mean ABC, is the culture, encouraging the right culture. Because as we spoke in IRE, R stands for research. We need to really encourage the team to take risk. While taking risk, definitely a lot of possibilities of failure. Because these failures not only cost to the employees, but also to the organization. But if the leader is able to encourage the team to embrace these failures, it's going to be a completely different culture within the team to come up with a mindset of bringing new ideas and really experimenting and implementing it. So A for autonomy, B for brainstorming, and C for right culture is definitely, I have seen as kind of an element that is there with all the leaders who are promoting or who are able to create the organization with more innovative mindset.
Thank you so much. My next question to Pratik sir. As trainers in innovation, research and entrepreneurship between me, Shankar, Kiran Babu sir and JP sir, in our own limited way, what we have done in this 12 months journey, and I wanted to validate from you as a successful businessman. What we emphasized is that new ideas should be always scalable. They should be marketable. And then you should also have those ideas as to how you develop the customer acquisition techniques, strategies, and all that. In your journey in this Yarn Bazaar of few years, how did you adapt or take innovative and creative approaches to get those customer acquisition to scale your business up? Now it's not in the definition of a startup, it's now a big venture. I have seen the entire website.
No, it's still a startup.
No, but if you look at the customers, the type of scale you have achieved, how did you go about?
Very interesting question. I think there are multiple ways to look at it. So of course, customer acquisition is very important, but the thing that you led the question with, which is scalability, goes without saying that any business model you're working on, any business, irrespective of the industry, domain, sector, whatever, or the geography, has to be scalable. Because again, if you look at India, it's a country of SMEs. Now, if we say कि business का काम profit बनाना है, तो इंडिया में बहुत सारे business हैं जो profit बनाते हैं, right? Look at every दुकानदार, every panwadi, everybody makes profit. But the CAGR जो year on year growth बोलते हैं, वो भी मतलब होता है, but उतना नहीं होता है. So a true business, a true scalable business is such which can actually have a CAGR of say 100 to 100% also, which is what you call a non-linear growth. Now, of course, customer acquisition is very important if you're looking at a non-linear growth story. So multiple ways of doing customer acquisition, but before you start getting into customer acquisition, it is very important to get a product market fit, which means you have to understand this is what my product stands for and this is the right target audience I have to cater to. Now, if I were to talk about the Yarn Bazaar journey, we entered into a space which is TAM is large. I mean, textile industry in India is huge. B, it's a highly decentralized, highly unorganized industry. So when you talk about an unorganized industry and customer acquisition in that industry, B2B usually implies for a direct sale model. कि आप जाओगे face to face एक मीटिंग करोगे एक कंपनी एक बिजनेस के साथ फिर उनको पिच करोगे फिर शायद ऑनबोर्ड करोगे. So it's a longer sales cycle. Customer acquisition cost is higher. right? We started until recently, until 2 months back, the Yan Bazaar never had any sales team. We've never had feet on the street, right? So we've acquired customers through other ways other than sales, right? And there was a reason to that. When we would go to a customer, these customers were typically accustomed to purchasing on credit. तो लोग यान खरीदते थे 60, 90, 120 दिन के उधार पर. Now imagine you as a customer who's getting a 60-day credit. I come to you and tell you कि सर हम लोग यान बाजार करके ऑनलाइन बिजनेस चालू कर रहे हैं और आपको एडवांस पेमेंट देना है. Not just that, प्री शिपमेंट देना है, तो पहले पैसा आएगा फिर माल निकलेगा. The chances of people kicking me out of their room is 10 on 10. So then you have to work, we've been discussing about creativity and all of these things. You have to understand that it's very important for these kind of a business to build trust and credibility. The moment you build trust and credibility, ना customer acquisition से sales क्या होता है? या तो आप बेच रहे हो या लोग खरीद रहे हैं. The moment you build trust and credibility, the behavior changes where it's not a sale, it's a purchase behavior. So our customer acquisition journey was actually creating that trust and credibility, which is why early days we started with a lot of content. So we have our newsletters, we do podcasts, we do roundtables, like these kind of discussions, where we invite textile influencers, experts, industry leaders to share their opinion and thought, which actually allowed the Yan Bazaar to cement itself as a thought leader or someone who's sharing insights.
And these are all very, very creative, innovative ideas to get customers take note of you, isn't it?
Again, so everything is about first principles thinking. You have a problem, you have to acquire customers. You have to acquire customers at scale without spending money, without having a sales team. Now, how do you do that?
So I think all those elements that you talked about actually come under the definition of innovation in the way innovative approaches of customer acquisition. I think you have said it all. Sir, I have to ask you, Siddharth sir, in your long career in sales leadership and business development leadership, you would have seen or experienced one or two really, really creative ideas from your team members or from yourself, which gave exponential growth to your organization. Can you remember one, two, and tell our students?
Sure. Most of us, when we think of innovation and ideas, we all think of Archimedes. Suddenly, Eureka, idea aa gaya, and it changed our life. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. It has never worked, at least for me. So it's always about having a continuous innovation mindset and a process. So you train yourself to think on a daily basis, ideate, brainstorm, and keep improvising on the idea that you have. So you have some idea which was relevant yesterday, but the moment you start executing it, it may not be relevant the next week. So the idea has to be worked upon, and we keep developing on that idea, build on that idea, and execute it, and make sure it is relevant for that particular day. So to answer your question, sir, there have been no such Archimedes-style Eureka moments. It's always been on a day-to-day basis. We think of better solutions, and we keep improvising on them. Yes, people have come with ideas, and we have developed on them over a period of time.
So in a way, innovation was institutionalized.
Exactly.
And creativity was collaborative, creativity was encouraged.
Correct. In fact, let me give you a very related example that we do in our current setup. Our product is more about improving communication skills, business communication skills for employees working in large corporates, large enterprises. So we don't deliver classes like conventional schools do. We don't give textbooks like conventional universities do. What we do is we make these people who are our learners. These are all people who are at mid-level in large corporates, working for Larsen & Toubro, working in Asian Paints, Cipla Pharmaceuticals, already having 10 years, 15 years of work experience. So we don't give them textbooks to read. What we do actually is we make them practice on a day-to-day basis. We help them think extempore, think on the feet. So if you're called on the stage right now and asked to speak, you should be able to structure your thoughts immediately and start articulating it. If you're called for a meeting with your leadership team, there's no time for preparation. You don't get 24 hours time for preparation. You need to think on your feet. And that's a process, that's what you do by training your brain, by practicing daily. That's what sports people do, that's what cricketers do. And that is exactly innovation mindset is about. You think every day, think of complex problems every day, and think of solutions. Over a period of time, your brain gets accustomed to thinking and start getting solutions quickly.
Great. Shankar sir, you are the right person as a technology leader to tell the audience as to how ChatGPT or 5G or AI, IoT, I can't make out anything of that, can actually drive growth. Here we are talking about growth. how innovation in this have actually uh, helped these organizations which actually change the entire what you call ecosystem of learning, trying new things.
I'll just add one more, which is what's happening in Germany, 3D printing, right? 3D printing. So typically we have the conventional way of constructing any building or constructing any house. So these technologies, it ultimately, go back to my earlier statement, it has to have a purpose, it has to have an impact on what this technology would do. Just a case of 3D printing is being used even in the corporate, but in the construction business. In Germany, they're constructing a huge building for within 140 hours, what would have probably taken years, right? So typically, even in Bosch, we do leverage all these technologies. What you talk about, IoT is more in terms of a consumer, side of the house. We call it IoT, but within the manufacturing, we call it IIoT, which is Industrial Internet of Things. So it essentially really makes everything talk to each other, and then get the required insights what you want. So technology is definitely making your life easier, driving a lot of efficiency, driving growth. But again, it has to be with a purpose in terms of technology, not for the sake of technology, but technology with a purpose of why it's being deployed, how it's being deployed, and how it's actually impacting, and the overall vision and strategy what you have, how is it being linked there.
I think I'll have to add on, give an add-on question to you. Sure. For the business school graduates, what is your advice as to how they can become friends to technology, friends to ChatGPT, and yet remain, creative, innovative, and how do they go about balancing this both?
Yeah, I mean, I get asked this question not just from business school, but even from freshers whom I address within the college. Uh, Basically, I would say, technology and, you have to coexist. Don't think as technology as something that, is a competitor, right?
Technology is not competitor.
Not a competitor, as much as you have, space for all your artificial intelligence, there is a space for natural intelligence and of course natural stupidity also. So, it will be complementary to each other. You need to really look at anything that can be, repetitive, mundane tasks, that will be automated, that you can take it for a task, that you can guarantee that, if you are really looking at, probably looking at 10 websites, maybe going back to any requirement, what would be in a typical startup where you're looking at the website, doing some primary research and coming out with, what could be the market, target, those kind of things will be taken over by your chat GPTs. But the thinking, right, the critical thinking, whatever we talked about, the critical thinking, and more of asking the why. The how part will be done by technology, what part will be done by, but why part, why do you need to do this, right? That you can't really, replace. And just look at our own, the other part I would probably, just a thought that's coming to me is also the energy consumption. And a human body, we probably burn only 2000 calories, in a day. But you just type in hello Google, and the amount of energy that's getting consumed by the Google servers across, I mean, somebody can Google it and find out, but it's a huge. So nobody, our human body is probably one of the most complex machine, and literally I think nobody can replace, as long as you have that confidence and you are also looking at leveraging technology for complementing it and for your growth, and not really looking at, oh my god, AI is there, chat GPT is there, and how am I going to survive the next 10 years? So just be confident and use technology more as a complementary force and not as a competing force.
And make best use of your body and brain.
Make best use of brain.
Body and brain. Ma'am, a question to you. We talked about small family businesses, and you advised so many small businesses. Can you think of two or three examples, or one or two examples of really creative small businessmen who have made you proud, that you have coached them and they have made it big, made it large in their lives?
Okay. Uh, I would like to share one of the story of small family business. And this is again something related to creativity, but not really in terms of creating a new product or something. But what I really would like to share is how a thought process of a leader can change the result of the organization. So this is one of the electronic component manufacturing company, which is based out of south of India. And this is the business that was run by father and son. Sun has taken over for last 5 years. They are great with respect to their products. They offer the customized electronic products. Their quality is great. The customer service is well known in the industry. The biggest challenge for them is the timeline of their deliveries. Because it is the customized product, they always had a challenge of delivering within the given time. And this team has worked really hard with a lot of discussions, understanding and all that to really find out how can they really make sure like they can deliver within this time, right? So a lot of discussion happened, and this is not really a company which is so big to talk about innovation or creativity or any of such things. But this son who has taken over the business for last 5 years truly believed that the team has the solution for this, right? And they had discussion, but nothing really came out. So what they have really done is they have taken a big board. We all know this pin board, right? They have drawn a big tree in it, which is kept in the center of the team where the design team works. And the tree had a lot of branches. Each branch had a lot of buds in it. And the buds have a paper note sticked over there. And the team is encouraged to share their thoughts in terms of how they can really reduce their customer, or they can meet the customer timeline, reduce the wastage within the timeline and so on, within the process line and so on, right? So the team started giving ideas, and it was completely encouraged, irrespective of what the idea comes in, it is welcomed. Whomever given the idea were appreciated. And the bud got moved to a flower and so on, into a state of fruit, because there is a team who really review these ideas by end of every day and then took it forward, right? But this not only really changed the way, in terms of course, they found the solution for customer delivery, but the overall mindset of organization and the mindset of the team got completely changed. And this resulted much bigger, not only with respect to the productivity, but also profitability and the annual turnover of the company, right? So what I'm trying to say is innovation and creativity is not really about really a big thing, something really totally new. If the leader has the mindset, because I'm telling you, all of you are going to be an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, when you have the right mindset and you really drive it with the right attitude, your team is really going to bring big results in terms of in all aspects, right? So that's what I really wanted to share with you.
Exactly. I think that's what our MD Ritesh ji always says, that it's a mindset of entrepreneurial or innovative mindset that the students have to be imparted with. My one last directed question to Pratik sir. There's so much about startups and being in Bangalore, it's a startup capital of India. One criticism against the startup ecosystem or the startup community has...
there are many, but yeah.
Yeah. One, with a lot of hesitation, I should ask you that many startups have gone big on customer acquisition and growths, but the result is shareholders value erosion by crores and crores. There are hardly any startup, it's all big names, making money for the stakeholders. What is your take on that, and is it fair? And if it's unfair, how do these startups intend to come out of this loss-making, what you call record that they have established?
Okay, so I don't know.
I'm sorry for being a little unkind to startups.
Totally fine. I don't know. I mean, what's the right way to answer it? Because I'm on the other side of the table asking for funds from investors.
Oh yes. But now you are on the startup side. Kindly answer this.
Sure. Number one, I think there are a lot of startups in India which are making profits and really good, handsome profits, right? But the problem is that it is not being spoken about in mainline media. So mainline media actually glorify startups which are actually making losses. But I don't know if people here are aware, there are so many startups making upwards of $100 million PAT a year. Right, look at Zoho, they did about 2,700 crore this year. Lenskart, I'm not sure, but Zerodha did about 2,000 plus crores PAT. We are talking about profit after tax. So there are multiple startups which are doing upwards of $100 million PAT a year. Then below that, there are at least about 50 or 100 startups that I know of, and I can name each of them, which are doing easily about 100, 200 crore profit after tax every year. Right, so like $1 million PAT a month or more. It's just that mainline media does not talk a lot about it. But yeah, coming back to your question. So let me draw a journey from an investor angle, right? If you were to draw an X and a Y axis, Typically every business grows like this, right? There's a growth curve, right? So from left to right. For you guys, it's going to be inward because, I mean, for you, it's like this. Now, the time it takes for any business to reach from, say, A to destination T is, I mean, it's directly time, right? You grow 5-7% CAGR, right? Startups, when we say non-linear growth, it has to be like a hockey stick approach, right? So your T will be much to the left compared to your T, which is a traditional typical business. So when you map these two curves, a typical linear growth and a non-linear growth hockey curve, you will see a vacuum below the U. So investors are aware that the interaction point is actually the inflection point. Inflection point, which is where if any startup goes beyond that inflection point, is where you capture larger market share, network effect kicks in, and then you can make massive money. Right? Look at Amazon. I think that the best example of this curve is Amazon, which has not made money for probably 15-20 years, and now the amount of money they can generate, right, it can become a money making machine. So it's for every business, like I said earlier, profitability is very important, but sometimes if you were to like kind of accelerate your growth, you have to compromise for a few years in the quest of growth, which actually leads to profit at some point.
And undoubtedly, the investors are not unwise to invest in them, for sure.
Of course, I mean, these are people who put in hard-earned money, not through debt, right? It's not a debt, it's not a loan.
It's their money.
It won't be recovered.
Yeah. Good, thank you so much. We can still keep talking with this Power Pack panelist. There's no end. But considering the time constraint, I wanted to ask one parting last thoughts of yours on one particular element that I wanted to you to comment on. Emerging business schools and higher education institutions should look at innovation and creativity as a discipline of focus, along with thrust on research and entrepreneurship. What are your final thoughts on it? Because GIBS has embarked on a very large, very, very big journey of innovation, research and entrepreneurship, and Ritesh ji has shared in his opening remarks itself. What are your thoughts? Is this the right and the required approach? Innovation, research, entrepreneurship, creativity. Your thoughts?
Let me share my thoughts because I'm an output of that. I've done my master's in innovation and entrepreneurship from Warwick University. And I did my course when this was the second, so I was part of the second batch. Right, so similar to what you guys are doing here, Warwick as a university, it's a very young university, it's just about 65 years old. Started this program in 2011, I was part of the 2012 batch. What drove me to actually go for that course is the delivery of the modules. We never had any exams, right? All our modules were very simulation based, very practical, very real life scenarios, real life case studies. We had companies who would come to our campus with a real problem that that company was having, and as students in different groups, we were to solve for that problem. And the scoring was done based on the tangibility of the outcome that those companies had based on the inputs we'd given in. So I think these scores actually drive students to actually get an opportunity to work on real life problems, think from innovation. Again, it's a very broad term, but first principles thinking, creativity, all of that getting ingrained at an early stage, very, very important.
Ma'am, your thoughts?
If we want our students, the young leaders, to be future ready, we definitely need them to be completely agile, have the resilience and adaptable to the situations, have the ability to solve problems, and of course be customer centric. I think IRE definitely offers this, and GIB is already doing a wonderful job on that. So definitely this is the program that is needed for the future leaders. I totally appreciate what
an idea for other business schools to copy.
I mean, I would agree, it's very much required, and I would say kudos, and you can pat yourself on the back because we are a young country of now. I think we are probably the most populous country, so I'm really happy that this kind of a program will create more of employers, people who can really feed 130, 140 crore country of ours. So very much required, and really happy that GIBS has started this program, and I hope we can see a lot of entrepreneurs in this room coming out with. I think he really put it very well in terms of there's really no dearth of ideas. There's really no. And in terms of the resources now, right? Times have changed. When we grew up, our, at least, from in my case, the only goal I was, after doing my engineering was to find a job, because that was really required to just, survive. Right now, at least the younger generation don't have the survival. You are blessed to be born in this country with such a huge ecosystem, and even the government of India has a lot of incentives for starting your own company, starting your own entrepreneurship. So I'm really hoping for a lot of entrepreneurs coming out of GIBS program, and I would say very much required. And once again, congratulations to the entire GIBS management for this program, and I wish them very best.
Siddharth sir, your last thoughts.
Being from the startup space, problems and challenges and firefighting is part and parcel of our day-to-day operations. So those who are aspiring to either work in a startup or startup themselves, let me just quote something. पुराना कहावत तो सुना होगा आपने, where there is a will, there is a way. तो हमारे लिए what is applicable is, where there is no way, we create a way. And if you're not finding a solution, you're not thinking hard enough. So let's develop that innovation mindset. Let's train our brain to think harder and find solutions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The Fab Four, as Steve Jobs always said, there is always one more thing to learn every day. And as a moderator, I did have that learning today, spending this 45 minutes with you. It's a pleasure to moderate you the fantastic topic on innovation and growth that it can gather. Thank you so much, Pratik sir, Abhirami ma'am, Shankar sir, and Siddharth sir. Thank you.
Thanks to all the panel members for initiating the discussion so well.
Let's have a glimpse about our college, Global Institute of Business Study, Bangalore.
GIBS, ये आपके सपनों को उड़ान। GIBS, fulfilling your dreams. Learn, earn, and return. An arena of knowledge with great amenities. Get a global perspective with the international faculties. Arena of knowledge with great amenities. Get a global perspective with the international faculties. Placements, internships are knocking at the door. Get amazing exposure with the international tour. Conferences, startups, all you need is here. Igniting the creative you in a guiding atmosphere. Prestigious place, top-ranked business school. With premium recruiters, we've built the strongest pool. Hostels are second home, lovely cafeteria. The time you spend here is a lifetime nostalgia. It's time to build the future and create memories for the rest of your life. GIBS, fulfilling your dreams. Learn, earn, and return. In the scape of your wishes and desires, in the sky with a million dreams. In the scape of your wishes and desires, in the sky with a million dreams. Exuberant vibes, city of Bangalore. to make your success bigger and galore. It's time to build the future and create memories for the rest of your life. GIBS, fulfilling your dreams. Learn, earn, and return.
Now, I would like to request Ritesh sir and Kavita ma'am to please come up on the stage to honor the panelists and moderators. Now, I would like to request sir and ma'am to honor Abhirami ma'am with a token of gratitude. Ma'am, can we please have you up on the stage?
I would now like to request Sir and Ma'am to felicitate Siddharth Sir with a token of gratitude. I would like Sir to please come up on the stage.
I would now like to request Sir and Ma'am to honor Shankar Sir with a token of gratitude. Sir, can we please have you up on the stage?
I would like to request Sir and Ma'am to felicitate Hari Prakash Sir with a token of gratitude. Sir, can I have you on the stage? Thank you, Sir and Ma'am.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the much awaited moment of the day. But before calling the three final teams on the stage, can we please have a big round of applause for all the 18 teams for their perseverance and diligence towards their project throughout 1 year. We are thrilled to have first team from section B, team 1, here today to deliver their presentation. May I please request team 1 to come up on the stage for their presentation.
Just to give a rundown of what has actually happened in this entire program for the last 1 year between the three faculty or the resource people, between me, Professor Kiran sir and JP Sahu sir. We took them to a journey of innovation, research and entrepreneurship for 3 trimesters completely. Lot of exercises and all that. But as they started their journey from the first trimester itself, they were told that you should work on one marketable idea or a prototype, which they'll have to present at the end of the 3rd trimester as a final output, which will be assessed and evaluated. So this entire journey of learning and actually attempting so many times, and it's not very, the students will vouch, it's not very easy to get through JP Sahu sir's extremely tough, what you call gates. No, as innovation professor, my job was to, this is also good, this is also good. Everything is good in innovation. But JP Sahu sir, as entrepreneur person, his gates were iron gates. No, it won't go through. So they had to go back and forth again and again. But to the credit of the students, they have worked relentlessly. And then yesterday's program, and before that, I think the research person, Kiran Babu sir, has actually inculcated that value of looking at research data, secondary data in their projects, and that's how they have come out with 42 research papers yesterday, as a few days back, as ma'am has told. And yesterday's this process of final 3, which the panelists and the keynote speaker you are evaluating, is after the first set of evaluation we have done. They had a very, very long yesterday. If they are a little sleepy today, it's because they had a absolutely long day yesterday, where 18 teams were evaluated internally by us on several parameters, and then we selected the top 3. And it's a matter of fact that it's not top 3. The top 6, there's hardly any difference, only decimals. But as I always say, there is some sort of evaluation and somebody makes a grade, and the top 3 teams are presenting their ideas. Kindly evaluate them. Are we set?
No matter how busy people are, if they always finds time for us. CARE believed to be has the transformation power which can easily transform person from with their trust. And today I'm not going to speak about us. I'm going to speak about pets. Now, pets are believed to be the pets are believed to be the beings which are very selfless, very devoted, and has the potential to change our life. See, pets, when they come into our life, they become friends, family. They never leave us. They devote their whole life without even realizing us. Now, when we speak about that, they also give the happiness which when we are at sorrow, and also add more happiness to the happiness. So I am the co-founder and CEO of PetSpa. So before going into the context, let's ask a few questions to the audience. First question is, are you a pet owner and trying to find a pet care center for your pets? If yes, then I have few questions. The few questions are you having doubts about the service and the price and the quality of satisfaction what your pet's deriving? Yes? Then next, see with the tail of responsibilities. Tail of responsibility is nothing but the problem what you are facing. First, when this problem arises, when you try to find a pet care service, when you try to find a professional pet care service for your pets. So in case, okay, if you are okay with it and not able to find it, where will you go for next option? Friends, family, other pet cares? Yeah. Then why this problem arise? Lack of options, inadequate knowledge, limited access. How we are going to solve this problem? How?
Don't worry, Kaushik. I have a solution. Hello, everyone. Our application-based aggregator pet care service provides a reliable pet care services which helps pet owners to find and book their services like dog grooming, pet sitting, and many more. Our platform is simple and convenient for our customers to compare other pet providers in their locality. We select our pet providers who are highly qualified, experienced, and passionate about giving best possible care for the pets. And we are so excited to introduce our innovation solution, pick up and drop, where world is getting busier each and every day. Our men helps your pets to pick from your house and drop them back.
Okay, Sweta.
Hold on, Kaushik. PetSpa is much more than this. We have various services which listed in our website. Our website is filter based, where customers can find their requirements. And our website is complete of transparent. And we accept honest feedback and ratings from our customers. And finally, we directly allow our customers to communicate with their providers and book their services directly.
Guys, just 1 minute. So you are discussing about problems and solutions, but also we need to address that market opportunity. So we PetSpa did a clean market research that states that we had a strong demand and huge opportunity to become a successful venture in this. So we Pet Spa, we have been backed with data. Like Indian pet care market is valued at INR 12,300 crore by 2020, and it's expected to grow around 12% of CAGR from 2020 to 2026. And also a report submitted by Red Sea Consulting Service that states that the online pet care market in India is expected to grow around 41% of CAGR from 2020 to 2025. Do you want to know that how much amount that pet owners are willing to spend for their pets in a month? It's minimum 5,000. It's a minimum 5,000, I said. So, and the last thing, so there are other peoples in the market like Pet Sutra, Waggle, Tails Life, Perfectly, and much more. But they are into providing pet foods, pet ornaments, pet accessories, pet grooming tools, and pet toys, etc. So this clearly states that we Pet Spa had a strong demand and huge opportunity to become a successful online aggregator business model in the pet care industry. So what about our business model? So let's have a look on that.
So let's talk about PetSpa's ecosystem. PetSpa is driven by our customers. Our customers are the pet owners and pet care services. So when I talk about pet care centers as our customers, they are not only our customers but also our partners. They are our key partners. So the way we are going to maintain this customer relationship is by giving the customers personalized appointments. Like no matter what time, they can book an appointment based on their wish. And also, most of the customer support is given through the application and the website that we are going to provide them, that you guys are going to see in a while. Let's check our cost structure and revenue streams. So most of the investment that we have done is going through the advertising, application development, and also logistics and operational costs. And the way we are going to get this back to our pockets is by the commission that aggregators provide us, like the pet centers provide us. And also the featured listings and advertisements and other subscription fees and etc.
So Vishnu, before we are advertising our pet spa into the crowd, we need to talk about the self-evaluation of the pet spa. So as Shweta and our teammates discussed about the major strengths, that is pick up and drop, where the industry doesn't have it. So in India, more than 1 lakh people are adopting the pets in India for past 3 years. So this is our major opportunity to grab it only by attending lot of pet care events and pet care exhibitions, and also by conducting lot of things. So the area of improvements will be working on the customer feedback, which will really help to increase our aggregators reputation, because customer will have a good experience when we work on the feedback. So the future is uncertain. We need to work more on ourselves to add more service to the customers. So our team PetSpa will act more on the customer experience to increase the revenue of the PetSpa.
Thank you, Kaushik, for the evaluation. So now I'll be talking about the uniqueness of our business when we compare it with others. First, dedicated platform exclusively for the pet care service centers. We have created a platform on which the pet care service centers will be able to is their service on which they can attract customers. Second, we have advanced search filters and also smart recommendations. Pet owners can put filters, search, and find the best of the pet care centers according to the need, preference, and location. And the last one, we have the transparent reviews and the ratings. The pet owners giving the reviews and the ratings on the application will be the true one, so that the next pet care centers, pet care owners can go and find the best alternative they can.
Thank you, Madhu, for your values. Then next we saw the competitive analysis. If you see, PetSpa provides these 4 services. Our competitors who comes under this section are providing only listings and ratings. If you see Just Dial and Pet Backers, they are with these 3 services such as communication, listing, and ratings. But PetSpa is the only company which is going to provide the 4 things, and also with pickup and drop. Next, see the important feature of a company, the finance.
So finance is the bloodstream of any organization. So coming to finance, our expenses will be as told by Mani Vishnu on development and maintenance, marketing and advertisement, employee salaries, insurance and legal fees, vehicle and its customizations. That will cost us around 11 lakh 6,600 rupees, whereas our break-even point will be reached around 3 years. Let's go to next slide. In this, how we will be earning revenue. 3 streams of revenue are there, that is commission, advertisements and products. Through commission, we'll be getting 60% of the revenue of pet spa. That is, if one customer goes through a pet spa to the service provider, we'll be collecting 15% of the commission from them. That costs around 60% of the total revenue of pet spa. And secondly, advertisements and promotions. Whichever pet spa, wherever the service provider will promote their service provider on our platform, will be collecting fees from them. That will be our second. And third one is advertisements. Depending on the traffic, whatever we'll be getting on our platforms, we'll be charging on that. And third one is our products and even the accessories what we'll be selling on our platforms. We'll be getting 20% of the revenue from that. That consists of all of the 100% of our revenue streams.
So thank you, Ishwar. Now let's see how you can connect with us. You can connect either with us through the platform or with our prototype, the app which we are going to display. Come everybody. So this is our prototype. So finally, thank you for listening to us. Let's meet the pet advocates. These are the pet advocates who work day, night and make this possible. Thank you for listening to us. If you feel interested, you can invest in us anytime, anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Team 1, for that amazing pitch.
Let me call upon the next team, Team 3 from Section B, to come up on the stage for their presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mahima Chowdhury. We, being students, have a very hectic schedule from Monday to Saturday due to classes, our own projects, and assignments. The only day on which we get some leisure time is on Sunday. An adventure a week keeps the routine away. Recently, me and my friends planned to go on an adventure trip. As we're having only one day, we didn't want to waste much time on traveling. So we started searching for a place which is nearby. Even after searching for hours, we didn't find a place close by. It also consumed a lot of time to track the distance because we have to visit each and every website to see how many kilometers it takes from the place where we are living in. Despite the distance, we didn't give up because most of my friends are adventure enthusiasts. Then we started searching again, but we have gone through a major drawback, that is lack of certified trainers, and even the safety measures were not taken care of. There are not good reviews and ratings of the customers, and also we didn't find any images of that particular place. As adventure sport is an extreme activity, it involves a great physical effort and specialized equipment. That is when we came up with this idea of setting an aggregator-based platform, that is Reezer. The name of our platform, as I said earlier, it is Reezer. To save the time and money of people, we have come up with this idea so that we can provide on-the-spot booking solutions to the customers, and also we will make sure that there are certified trainers and also they are in accordance with the safety norms and standards. Let's see more about our company.
I'm here to explain the problem canvas statement more briefly. Like, the major problem faced by the adventure enthusiast is that people are willing to pursue adventure activities, but there is not a common app like comparing the adventure sports between one and other company. If one person is interested in one and if he wants to compare, there is no source. And also a major drawback if we want to say is, they don't know whether those adventure companies are providing a certified trainers or not. So to ensure that, we come into a play and we are ensuring that the adventure sports companies which are giving the certified trainers for you, and also tying up with the adventure sports company which are having all the measures, safety measures and safety norms followed prior. Next slide. So deeply going into the value proposition canvas, the main pain reliever which we are going to give is, you will be getting everything under a one one-stop platform. Like you can compare the adventure sports companies and the activities which you want to perform. And the gain creators, which I want to say is customers need not go and verify on their own, and it can save the quantifiable impact time. Like they don't want to waste the time more. Next, research part will be continued by R&D.
As per a report by Allied Market Research, the market value of tourism, adventure tourism is expected to increase from 8.24 CR to 89.66 CR with a growing CAGR of 20.1% from 2021 to 2028, as you can see here. And also we have conducted a survey among people between the age group of 20 to 50 years, and we have got a positive response from them saying that a platform of this kind will be really helpful to them because we'll be providing comprehensive and comparative database to the customers. And also we'll make it very easy for the customers to decide which place best suits them based on the pricing structure and various other factors like safety guidelines and certified trainers.
Hello everyone. So now we will be talking about the business model. So our first part is all about partners. So we will be doing the partnership with the companies who are providing us the adventure sports. And then coming to the revenue part. So revenue will be generated as the base of the commission, which we will be taking from the companies. And then we are coming for the cost, and cost are mainly from the platform setup, design, marketing, research and development. And then we are coming for the customers. So our target customers are the age between 18 to 40 are the 18 to 40 who are adventure enthusiastic. And then comes to the value. The person will be getting the value is options on your fingertips and proper certified training. And then we go to our competitors. So some are inconvenient and some are expensive. As we take an example of Discovery Village, as you are going to their website, you can see like what about they are providing. But you can't book over there. To book their slot, you have to go to their offices. But if you are coming to the Razor, you will be find convenience and affordable. And you can select your package and you can enjoy the adventure sports over there.
Customers will do a lot of research to approach any reliable adventure sports, where and how to approach the sports arenas or any adventure platforms, which is very rare to find all sports at one place. And first, when they come across Reaser, they can compare different adventure sports which is available in the platform, which they are very reliable with having safety measures, so that they can book their slots and they can go through the app and they can book their slots and they can enjoy their adventure at the arenas or any platform. And coming to MVP, reviews will be in the platform by customers, which helps the other customers to know about the companies. So our USP is that we'll provide certifications for the companies so that they can be aware of every adventure service provider, so they can approach it easily, and we'll be certifying them by numbers, so they can approach easily.
When we talk about the financial part, we are planning to invest the 6,80,000 as you see here. So it will be the basic what we need to create an app and that company registrations. And then when we are planning to the revenue model, we are segregated into two parts. That will be the season time and non-season time. Season time will be the summer holidays and the non-season time will be the rest of the day. So we are targeting 60 to 70% of the revenue for the 1 year will be in the season time, and the rest of the amount will be the non-season time. And if you see this is a cash flow that we are getting in the year for it. The 1 to 12 is indicated the financial year of April to March. And if you see the first, second and third day, flow chart will be the higher, because that it will be the season time. So we are expecting more customer in that, and we are also investing amount in that place will be higher.
So here I'm there to conclude finally. So we are providing a one-stop platform where you can book your adventure sports activities and you can experience with us. Like these are the team members who work day and night for this event, for this team to get to this stage. And by concluding, I would like to say a quote like, we are living one life, which is we should live for our owns and do the activities which you want to perform, not according to others who say to you. And we are also having the mock-up of our presentation, which is going to be presented by our team. So as you see here, this is the mock-up of our app, which we are going to onboard. Like this is the flow, this will be the flow of the app. So for reference more details, the links are attached to the appendix, and also we are having an official website where you can contact us. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Team 3, for the wonderful presentation. Let me call upon the next team, Team 2 from Section C, to present the
Good afternoon, everyone. Ever since the dawn of the civilization, travel has been part of human life. Let me put it with an example of two greatest travelers in the history of time. One is Vasco da Gama, who discovered India, and the other one is Christopher Columbus, who discovered America. The discovery of these two eventually led to the rise of two revolutionaries centuries after. One is Ola and Uber, who took the entire taxi market by storm with their aggregation model of business. But they had their own challenges.
Talking about history, 2010, the year that revolutionized the taxi industry market, the year that Ola entered into the market. It changed the way the market perceived taxis. By its technology and service, it changed the way people perceived and enjoyed the services of taxis. After that, Uber also came and also had the same aggregator model. This was the time. This is the timeline, like how the revolutionized taxis came into the business. Currently, the market value of this online taxi aggregators is 30 billion rupees with a compound annual growth rate of 12%. The market is projected to grow at 60 billion rupees by 2024. This shows the market has potential and it is a growing market with its technology, its services, and its integration with all the aggregators.
So what's the problem? Hello everyone. Today I'd like to draw your attention to an issue that we face in our daily lives. If you see, cab aggregators have emerged as a popular platform in offering a hassle-free solution for commuting needs. And there are some significant challenges that needs to be addressed in this industry. Picture this. You are in rush and you have to reach your destination on point, on the time. And you take your mobile and you search for cabs, and all you end up, instead of having a seamless experience, is overwhelmed because of you have lots of apps offering the same services. And over here you are also left with the hard task of installation, registration, and evaluation of multiple apps just to compare the price and the availability of the service. So, finding a solution for this problem is crucial, where you have to streamline the user experience. And here we introduce QCAPS, which is one-stop solution for all the concern articulation.
So hello everyone, I'm the CEO and founder of QCAPS. What is QCAPS? QCAPS is a one-stop platform where all the cab aggregators will be there in one platform for you to compare the prices and see the availability of all the cabs at one single app without having to download various applications onto your phone. We provide seamless customer experience so that you don't have to worry about the journey, And this is all that we are here for.
Hello everyone, I am Rishabh Rathore, the CM of QCAP. I think marketing plays a major role in any business organization, and our marketing plans include social media marketing, collaboration with online influencers, content marketing, but we are much focusing on our traditional way of marketing because we believe that जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So in that case, we are going to paste our QCAP barcode outside of airport, bus stand and railway station to capture more audience. And then we are going to collaborate with the BMTC and the shuttle bus services to paste our barcode and application detail on inside the bus and outside the bus because they are one of our target customers. And later on we will going to collaborate with unorganized and the local taxi drivers to promote our application and get the benefit of our incentive schemes. And we believe that this strategy will help us and we will grow. Thank you.
So coming on to the offerings that this app will have, we will have seamless customer experience by giving you cost savings, time saving, and also eco-friendly environment where you can actually download just one app onto your phone and like avail all the features that all the other cab aggregators will provide you with various applications.
So my name is Ramakrishnan. I'm the CFO of QCAP. So these are the financial projections which made. Our revenue model is based on commission, which we get from the customers. And at the beginning, we are targeting about 5,000 rides per month, which will grow at 12% on quarter growth. And we are launching this in the top 10 cities where we can generate 50 to 60% of the income.
So this is all that we are offering, but no, we have much more. This is just the phase 1. For a phase 2, we are adding few features that will make our app unique and also one of the best in relation to the cab aggregators. We are introducing one boarding pass feature where the users can upload their boarding pass onto our app for checking their ride from their home to their arrival destination and also from their departure to their home. This will help them to not worry about their rides for their airports and just have their journey beautiful. The one more feature that our application will have we will have collaboration with all the clubs and bars so that they stick our barcodes and encourage their customers to use our apps so that they can have a hassle-free ride and to their home without having to drive while drinking.
Coming back again to the story of Columbus and Vasco da Gama. So their discoveries were possible because they went on an uncharted journey. That indeed became a revolution. So with that note, it's not all about the destination. It's all about the journey. You plan your destination, we take care of your journey. With that note, we are Team QCAP signing off. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team 2C, for that marvelous pitch. The success of a business depends upon its leaders' ability to convert intentions into actions. And we are glad to honor such leaders with the IRE Excellence Award 2023. Now, I would like to call Ritesh sir and Kavita ma'am to come up on the stage and honor the IRE Excellence Award. Can we also have the keynote speaker and the panelist on the stage, please?
We have today the editor-in-chief of Icons Behind Brands, who is none other than Devlina Niyogi ma'am. Devlina ma'am is also the founder of Ginger Media Group. She's a brand and marketing strategist and specialized in curating Marketing campaigns for large companies with 13 years of work experience and 7 years of experience worked as an entrepreneur. Sir and ma'am, I request you to please felicitate ma'am with a token of gratitude. Ma'am, before leaving, can we have few words from you?
Thank you everyone, and it was great having, great being here. So I would like to thank Mr. Ritesh and GIBS and the entire team here for such initiative like IRE. I mean, there is a huge gap in the education system and the kind of work which we do, but this is an initiative towards filling that gap, and you people are lucky that you are getting it during your education. So I feel it's a great initiative. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Our next awardee is an honest and genuine entrepreneur who loves to connect with his audience through various online platforms. He leads multiple ventures, contributes to society through CSR initiatives, and interviews renowned entrepreneurs on his YouTube channel, Talk with Abhishek. He is an entrepreneur at heart and has 4 ventures under his wings. His favorite quote says, "Don't watch the clock, do what it does, and keep going." He is none other than Mr. Abhishek Vyas, sir. Can we have a big round of applause for him? Can we have few words from you, sir?
Thank you, Ritesh sir. Thank you, Gibbs. Thank you, team. So I would like to say one thing for Ritesh sir. जिस आदमी के लक्ष्य में स्थिरता और विश्वास में दृढ़ता होती है ना, उस आदमी का सक्सेस पाना तय होता है. So he is the Ritesh sir. And I would like to say one more thing to you guys, because you are all student and अभी आपके पास you are a very good time, 25 से 30 year वाला जो time होता है, it's very great time. So there is one success mantra for you, all of you guys. Do whatever you want to do in your life. आप try कीजिए 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, and until you find the passion, and until you just repeat the work for the 20 years, उस काम को पकड़ लीजिए. You will be successful in your life. Thank you, guys.
Our next awardee is Mr. Preetham Kumar Agarwal, sir, founder, Hello Kids Chains of Preschool and Riverstone Schools VP and core committee member, ECA India. He currently runs a robust franchise network with over 750 plus preschools across India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. He is a passionate entrepreneur with over 15 plus years of experience, traveled across length and breadth of the country to understand the preschool industry in India. I request sir and ma'am to honor sir with the award. So can we have few words from you?
Friends, never went to a school without a cricket bat in hand. Do not know what my teacher has taught me. I do not know why they taught me sin theta and cos theta. But I'm a teacher right now, right? So, thank you. Thank you for listening from all these guests today, and best wishes to Gibbs and Ritesh. Friends, I believe I'm a hunger. I have hunger. I'm hungry, and I do not know what is dieting called, right? So understand the value and word of hunger. Satisfaction is not in my dictionary. So work on that. Thank you.
Our next awardee is Mr. Mohan Kumar, sir. Sir is IT consultant at Wipro Limited, involved in digitization of supply chains transforming program, managed multiple stakeholders across global purchasing categories, involved in transformation of the old delivery model into next generation delivery model. Sir, can we please have you upon this stage? Sir and ma'am, we would like... Can we have few words from you, sir?
Thank you all. Probably I'm the youngest team member. So I just want to dedicate this to the students. I know how hard it is for you, and you all come. Wonderful presentation for all the entrepreneurs. Thank you, GIBS. Thank you, management and the faculty. Thank you.
Our next awardee is Mr. Samir Arora Sir, CEO and founder, HUTS Global. He is a realtor by profession, mentor by experience, trainer by knowledge, a speaker by passion, and a serial entrepreneur. He has been in fashion and apparel exports industry for 15 years. I would like to request sir and ma'am to honor with awards. So can we have a few words from you?
I heard the word young, sir, and I take a challenge anywhere if I hear young, because I will remain the youngest guy anywhere. To stay young, stay in touch with the youth, and I think that's why all teachers, especially Ritesh, is young. The way your hair is standing up, Ritesh, over the past few years, it's making you very tall, and you're standing tall in the industry and doing a wonderful job with children. Everybody is giving you advice, stay hungry, stay everything. But what I tell you, nothing comes without hard work. You have to work very, very hard. Ask any married person, they'll tell you, even in marriage, you have to continue working hard over the years to maintain the marriage. Right? Would all married people agree? Trust me, whether you believe it or not, I've been married to my wife for 35 years. And even till today, twice a week, we go out for a candlelit dance and dinner. She goes on Tuesdays, I go on Fridays. Thank you.
Our next awardee is Mr. Shiva Kumar Sir, founder and CEO, GWFM Chartered Body, USA and Canada. Shiva Sir has 25 years of experience in hiring more than 1 lakh top professionals globally and ensuring the skills, knowledge, abilities, and performance of the workforce meet the current and future business requirement. He's the first person to introduce WFM maturity model in the world. Can we have a big round of applause for Sir? Can we have few words from you, sir?
Thank you, Ritesh, and his amazing team. Lovely being here. I see students as disruptors. I loved your very creative presentations. I see that, IRE is very unique selling proposition in GIBS. I've seen most of the business schools where, traditional way of AICTE and, university education, it goes on. This is something that, you have created incredible. And this will definitely can go up to the global level. I saw that in global placement, there's huge opportunity in countries like Canada and then Australia. Australia is a big time hiring now. Indians, guys can look at Australia opportunities. Thank you so much. I've been in 25 years in the corporate and since last 3 to 4 years on my entrepreneur journey. I really enjoy being as an entrepreneur. What drives me is passion. Passion drives me, and I see that whatever that I thought I see that, it's happening. You see that law of attraction, right? How many of you know about that? It really worked for me. And whatever that I thought, whatever I wanted to become, I got it. And also, like, I'm a weekend agriculturist, and I own farmers, and I love being that. That's my hobby. Follow your passion, success follows you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Our next awardee is Mr. T.R. Parasuraman Sir, Executive Advisor, Toyota Motors Private Limited. He has over 36 years of experience in TVS and Toyota Group in various domains. Worked for TVS Brakes India for about 13 years. Worked in Toyota Motor Corporation during 1999 to 2000. I would like to request Sir and Ma'am to honor Sir with the award. Can we have a big round of applause? And can we have a few words from you, Sir?
Very good afternoon, all. So you're enjoying this event. First of all, my heartiest congratulations to Ritesh ji, Kavita ji, and the entire team for bringing out this wonderful event today. I'm also in the advisory of several colleges, but I think an event of this kind, I'm very amazed. Very well thoughtful platform for human development. I'm very happy today. I thank my family for this support, and also my big boss, Mr. Vikram Kirloskar, who is no more. He always taught us simple ways of creativity, innovation in every walk of our activity. In fact, last week he got the CNBC Leadership Award, and I had the privilege of getting it on his behalf. See, I thought I'll share some of my thoughts on creativity and innovation, which is my very, very passionate subject. So, you're talking about Steve Jobs. In one of his messages, people asked Steve Jobs, how did you achieve this excellence? We have never seen you talking to the customer much. So, at that time, Steve Jobs said, normally we had palm-tossed desktops and laptops those times. So once you go to a certain level, 3 or 4 level above what even a customer cannot imagine, I think he calls it as epiphany, the cloud busting of ideas. I think once you reach those skies, I think you are the master. There is no competition for you. Undoubtedly, iPads rule the world even after 15, 20 years. There is no competition for iPads. So as students, always think big. Don't get satisfied with 80% or 90%. I think excellence is something which is a very thin line of difference between 99.99999 and beyond. Therefore, always I believe the road for success is always under construction. There is nothing called success. So let us do our best. And creativity and innovation are ways of getting the best out of you in the most simplistic way. My father always used to tell me the difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people, the answer lies in the question itself, is being ordinary. Therefore, more simpler you look at problems, the breakthrough solutions you get. But I like the word IRE because R stands for Ritesh. He stands at the center. And R also for reinvention, reinventing the wheel, breakthroughs, regeneration or renaissance. And when you add a F into that, you get fire from your heart. And when you add H, you get hired to the global corporates. So I think it's a great platform for innovation and creativity. Especially I love the word research, because research in BSchools is a long, long way to go. In fact, I'm very, very fond of the Toyota way, the A3 report, which I'm very fond of. So I still recollect my experience. I was sent for a leadership program in Global Toyota. Program is for 1 year, long time back. I remember I had some 3 presentations in the Bangkok office and 2 presentations in Japan. The whole program is for 1 year. All I have to do is take a simple problem from my own workplace and make a A3 report. I realized, I remember I had 48 meetings with my then Mr. Izashi Suzuki, the managing director. If you ask me, have I completed my A3 paper? I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen and dear friends, it's very easy to make a 1,000-page report. Same report, if you have to make it 100 pages, all the more difficult. The same report in a single A3 paper, I think the churning of brain happens. You know, that is where the breakthrough happens. So you really rotate the PDCA millions of times. That is where the human development happens. So be it the problems of the country, complex issues of penury, poverty, illiteracy, epidemics, diseases, infrastructure, I think how to get that A3 report, the big picture. It's very easy to see Earth from horizontal distance. Somebody said rectangular or square or some shape. But when you look at Earth from 1,000 kilometers above the sea level, you see it as a beautiful blue ball and you should be able to put it in your pocket. I think that is the big picture you can get out of the R. All the very best. God bless. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Our next awardee is Prashant Tibriwal, sir, founder and mentor at Mid Square Consulting. I would like to request sir and ma'am to honor sir with the award. Can we please have a big round of applause? Can we have few words from you, sir?
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. And of course, I've spoken a lot of words, but the only thing I'll add is, of course, being here is a great opportunity for you, for me, for everyone. But look outside, talking of IRE, talking of entrepreneurship, one thing that certainly of all the skills and of all the qualities, one thing that you really need to add to what you do outside, inside your organizations is passion. And you've seen and you've been taught a lot in the business school, but because you're in Bangalore, and there's something I wanted to mention in my initial speech, there is someone I'm super impressed with is called Hello Panwala. And I don't know how many of you have been there. So if you want to see entrepreneurship, go and just watch him, how passionately he prepares the pan. And you go with a friend, you don't want to have that pan, but he will ensure you have it. So you want to learn entrepreneurship, learn it from the smallest of places and learn about the passion that they deliver it with. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next awardee is Ms. Harshita Ma'am, co-founder and managing director, Mudcups Private Limited, alumni GIBS. Ma'am has completed her MBA in 2017 from GIBS Bangalore and started her own exim firm. She also got exposure in the global market and also worked for 2 years in multinational company in talent acquisition. I would like to request sir and ma'am to honor ma'am with the award. Ma'am, can we have few words from you?
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here, and thank you very much, sir, Ritesh, sir. So, yeah. So, what I believe is the kind of future, the kind of world that we create in the future, education institutions as a direct impact, right? So, because the students who are sitting here is the future entrepreneurs or whatever it is, the kind of world, the space that we create. And people like Ritesh sir is provider. Provider means he's cultivating what is required, right? So the way we take it and we grow is in our hand. So I believe whatever is required, that is being provided from the organization. Even today, if I have any problems, the first go-to-go is, Ritesh here in the college. So recently, just give an example. Recently, I had a problem. We had a launch, the new launch, and whatever strategy that I made, it was failed. So I really needed some people to help me. And the first call was to my college lecturer. And she really picked up the call. She said, how many students you require? So thank you very much, ma'am. And then Ritesh sir, sent the students and we could able to fulfill. So it's not about, teacher helped me and the students came to me. It is all about the intent that Ritesh sir is, or the organization that is having to help creating the space that is required for a student, not only while studying, even when we grow further, right? And every time when I come to Ritesh sir, neither me asking him, do I need any help? He always tells me, Ashita, do you need investments? Or do you need any help? Or what is your plans? How do you want to grow? So this is the organization, I'm proud to be, collaborate with and grow with. And I'm very thankful for identifying me and providing me this and being part of this wonderful community. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next awardee is Mrs. Major Aditi Mohan, Indian Head Facilities, former Indian Army officer. Ma'am has a competent corporate experience of 25 years in general administration, personnel management, facilities and security management, a keen communicator with the ability to relate to people. I would like to request sir and ma'am to honor ma'am with the award. Can we have a round of applause, guys? Can we have few words from you, ma'am?
Thank you very much. Thank you, GIBS. Thank you, Mr. Ritesh, for having me over and over again. I think it's very overwhelming when you have people like us who've served the nation amidst all the young stars out here. First of all, heartiest congratulations on the IRE. I'm a pet owner. I am looking forward. And because I'm in India facilities head as well, so transport by default comes under me as well. So where is Q Cab? So congratulations, and I'm looking forward for the Ola and the Uber and everything else getting, especially when we are in Bangalore. Everybody has been talking about passion. So I will leave you with my success mantra because it's important that you follow that. It led me to where I am, and I'll repeat it again. I call them the Paramveer Chakra of my life. I'm from the army, so obviously it will be my 3 PVs. It's the highest gallantry award, and I hope you know about it and you take it back home. So my first P for you, as anybody else said, passion. So please persevere what you want, all right? Have the patience. Everything comes in good time. I'm still working hard. Keep looking pretty. I try my best from Facebook, yeah? No, keep looking pretty in your character. I think that's very important. So those were my 3 P's for you and my 3 V's for you. Keep your focus very, very clear because you will get there in your own good time. So that's your vision, all right? And stay happy. So stay vivacious. Keep smiling all the time. When you have the first top 5, what's the last V that is left? Victory will be at your doorstep. So God bless you all. Take care and stay human. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next awardee is Mr. Nitin Agarwal, Sir, Director, SNN Estates. Sir has completed his graduation, Engineering in Electronic and Communication from Manipal Institute of Technology, Bangalore University, and also an MBA in Marketing from TA Pi Management Institute. After gaining necessary business skills in real estate and the flagship project SNN Raj Lakeview was launched under his supervision, which eventually became one of the best projects in South Bangalore. I would like to request Sir and Ma'am to honor Sir with the award. So can we have few words from you?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, so I remember my MBA days when I was told to be put up on stages by my professors and made to speak around everyone. So a good, refreshing memory after a long time I've come to any B school. Few things which have changed across, where I see a lot of focus which is shifting to the app-based businesses and to the service industry, which I think is a good thing. But few things which I can tell you from my experience and the stage which you are going through. Even I've been across the table and I've heard everyone telling about passion, about hard work, about everything. There are 2, 3 things which I followed and maybe could help you. Sometimes it's very difficult to judge, are you passionate about this? Is this your passion? Will this be successful? It's not possible at this stage. It comes with experience, it comes with learning, and it comes once you start trying things. In the due course, you also fail, and failure is the biggest teacher of all times. If you fail faster, you learn faster, you'll be successful faster. Only advice which I have or which I follow is just keep doing things. Believe in yourself. Passion will automatically follow. You believe in yourself, and what I have seen is you believe in yourself, there's no one better than you. And if you have that feeling that I am the best, you will succeed in life. That's it. Thanks a lot.
I would also like to request Sir and Ma'am and the keynote speaker and the panelist to please felicitate the best teams.
Okay, so finally, I guess all of you are curious, all the 3 teams are curious to know the results. So we'll start with the third? Okay, so we're going to go and see who has got this third position. That's 3B, team 3B.
Congratulations, team.
Okay, so next I'm calling team 2C here. 2C, where are you? And the surprise here is these guys are the winners.
Guys, can we have a big round of applause to the winners? Well deserved, guys.
So can we have team 1B? Congratulations, guys.
You guys are very close. Can we have a big round of applause for the team, please?
Congratulations, guys. You did a really well job. Thank you so much to all the dignitaries to honor our students.
Before we wind up, we have an important announcement to be made by Ritesh sir and Kavita ma'am. Sir, please.
As Hari sir always says, the speaker should be heard. So if you are going to speak, I'm going to call you on stage. So the choice is yours. Okay, so my father has told me once, when we started the business in 2011 with our first venture finder. So he has told one particular sentence. We always talk about ROI, right? As a student, as an entrepreneur, or even as an employee. So we always talk about return on investment. So whatever investments I make, I should get a return on the same. And maybe with a very, very short span of time is what I'm looking for. But he has given me an abbreviation of ROI, and trust me, the life got changed after that. And it was return on intention. So being an entrepreneur, you always have a great intention about your customers. And you know who are our customers? Who are our customers? Not the students. Students are our products, companies, the corporates. Be loyal to your corporates, be loyal to your customers. And trust me guys, if you have a great intention of pursuing PG program or whatever in the life, you are going to get what you want in your life. Rome was not built in a day. You would have heard that. Right? GIBS was not built in a day. It was first built in the mind in 2011. And then it was on paper in 2012 and 13. And then in actual in 2014. So start what you think, you become. Start thinking, be thoughtful. So we have an important announcement. So because I have already bored you with my speech in the beginning itself, so I don't, I'm sure you all are waiting for lunch. Why am I saying that? I remember in one of the event, Sonu Nigam was supposed to come. So he was just delaying, being a celebrity in the show. I was one of the audience over there and one of the organizer. And you know what has happened? It was about 11 o'clock in the night and he was like, let the audience wait, let the audience wait. So finally we, the organizer, had to, because there were about 15,000 people in the crowd. So we had to start the dinner. And trust me, the moment we started with the dinner, Sonu Nigam had 500 to 1,000 people in the audience. So this is the power of lunch or dinner is what I was trying to say. So guys, we have a very beautiful announcement. This announcement is all about your PGP IRE program. And we are trying for this particular announcement for almost last 3.5 years, 3 years. We are behind those people and as we should always have a positive mindset. If we have a negative mindset, we cannot get positive in our life at all. We cannot think of getting anything at all. So, Madam will take pride to just announce. We recently, about 3 days back, we wanted this to happen before 20th of May. So we were just behind them. And 3 days back, our PGP IRE program. And before I announce, I just want the backbone of, me, as Parshuraman sir has told about R is Ritesh. So I would say I, the innovator, is sitting over here, the Mr. Ravi Goyal. Please come on the stage. You know, these two brothers, their condition, and E, not an entrepreneur, the executor. I would say the Pradeep Goyal, please come. लोग बोलते हैं कि मेरे को पैर में पोलियो हो गया, and you know, please. Look at this man, you know, who has dreamt to do his IIT in IIT, I'm little nervous and a little emotional. dreamt to complete his engineering from IIT. And when you dream something big, you just get it. And you know what has happened? He could not crack IIT exam. He could not crack IIT exam. And then finally he got into a very famous institution of Rajasthan, and the number 1 institution, that is MBM Rajasthan. So, and the best part is, when his batch was passing out, when his batch was graduating in 2010-11, right? MBM, the space of MBM was acquired by IIT Jodhpur. And that graduating batch only got an associated degree of IIT. So this is the power of dream. And you know, this getting physically challenged and all these things are just what you call a hurdle in what we want to achieve. So you can understand, he is the director marketing, he is the executor. Why I say he is an innovator? Because iska kaam hai bas idea diya, fek diya, nikal liya. So he just says something, he just get out of the situation. And trust me one thing, this is the first event when I'm getting them on stage without even their consent. The reason is, if I would have asked for the consent, they both will not come on the stage. This is their condition for any of the event. They will always say, I don't want to sit on this chair, I don't want to come on the stage. So that is the power of the team, and we have a great team. Thank you so much. So if we can just recently, okay, the announcement I'm making, we have your PGP IRE program is accredited by one of the world's best, the accreditation body, and that is QS. And that is, QS is a ranking and rating. See, what it's like you just get an idea and execute it. You just execute it. And the moment you execute it, the people who makes you successful will come automatically with you. So we were behind these people. You know, we were pitching the way these guys have pitched their ideas. We were pitching our idea to QS for last almost 2.5 years. And I'm sure if you are not aware about QS, just Google it. You will come to know about this world's best, one of the best AACSB and QS, the rating and ranking. So we have applied for the rating, and I'm sure very shortly we are going to get the rating, and your PGPRE is already accredited by QS. Thank you so much, guys. And
to the RCB game, but it's all full out, right? But instead, my humble, for the 3 teams, I would say 5,000 each for each of them. Thank you. So the team leads can come. I'll Google Pay.
As we come to the end of this memorable event, it's my privilege to express my heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to this event to make it a grand success. Today, we have witnessed moments of inspiration, shared knowledge, and celebrated remarkable achievements. On behalf of GIBS, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to everyone who has made this event a worthwhile. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our esteemed guests of the day, Prashant Tibrewal sir, Pratik Garia sir, Abhirami Doraisamy ma'am, Shankar Rao sir, Siddharth Baliga sir. We are truly honored by your presence and the insightful words you have shared with us. Your presence has added immense value to this event, and we are grateful for your support. I thank all the awardees for gracing the occasion. It means a lot to us. Thanks for all the support and encouragement, Ritesh Goel sir. Dr. Kavita Mathur ma'am, my heartfelt thanks for you guidance and for your guidance and driving this event and making it a successful one. I thank the IRE professors, my fellow colleagues. I thank Pradeep sir, Sandeep sir, Ravi sir for all the support. My special thanks and gratitude to all the IRE student coordinators, discipline committee members, MCs of the day. My gratitude extends to all the participants, audience who have taken the time to be a part of this event. My sincere thanks to my backend team, Veni ma'am and Shrikant sir for everything. Once again, I thank each one of you for making this as a wonderful and successful event. Thank you, everyone. Yes, can I request all the students to please come forward for a group picture?
First of all, last but not the least, I would also like to thank Lakshmi ma'am for being the key person of the entire IRE show today. So can we have a big round of applause for Lakshmi ma'am? And I request all the students, please come forward. We can have a nice group picture, right? And I would request all the dignitaries and guests to please proceed for the lunch. Yes,
all the students will have the lunch in a while. First, we will have a group picture, please.
Good afternoon, Jai Hind. My name is Major Aditi Mohan, and I've been deeply honored because I'm invited here for the GIBS event, which is the IRE event. This is all about innovation, research, and entrepreneurship. And heartiest congratulations to Mr. Ritesh Goyal and his entire team of GIBS. I think every second time he is so full of surprises that he creates and innovates something very, very different and brings on the platter for the students of GIBS. So thank you very much for having me here, and I'm deeply honored and very, very humbled that you considered us and awarded us for our contribution towards the society. It's very rare that the army officers and the corporate players get recognized for the selfless work that they also do for the society. My heartiest wishes to all the students out here. I was witness to a lot of projects that were streamlined out here, and I'm waiting for them to be launched out. It was a beautiful session of the panelists as well, and happy to see that how our country is being mapped on the global platform. So, khush rahiye, tagda rahiye, achhe rahiye, and put the country of India out there, and that's what I'm looking for. God bless you all. Jai Hind.
Hi, so I think the concept of IRE is great because, as we all know, the future of India is the students of today, and programs like IRE actually allow students to kind of get exposure to a very practical based education. So from an education standpoint, I think it's a great program, great things that the university is doing. And regarding the session that we had today, I think again a great platform to kind of invite all the students, inspire them, encourage them, motivate them, and actually drive them, create that hunger, and showcase, give them the right exposure, give them a platform to learn from experienced people to share their experience and their learning. So great work, and thank you so much for inviting us here.
So I would like to thank to Ritesh's GIBS team, everybody. They have put very hard efforts to make this event successful. I really appreciate these kind of efforts. This kind of networking is actually good for the networking people, and somebody is recognizing your efforts. That is a tremendous experience, and IRE is the next big thing, because in earlier college nobody is used to get these kind of exposure about the business and all. Even I didn't get any kind of chance for that, but if the students are getting these kind of chance in the IRE excellence, it's super thing for them. It's very motivating for them, and I think IRE will generate so many entrepreneurs who will create like next billion-dollar industry. Thank you guys, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. So, thank you for inviting me here, and I think it is a great initiative, IRE, which is Innovation, Research, and Entrepreneurship. This is something, the encouragement towards the entrepreneurship mindset. So, I feel entrepreneurship is not something which you need to start. You have to start. It is the mindset which you need to cultivate, uh, and what I felt here, there is a huge gap in the Indian education system, and the industry's expectations. So we often learn something and we often do something else. We have no connection on what exactly we are studying and what exactly we are doing. So this particular initiative is something which is, which is going to fill this gap, and which is going to encourage a lot of students. So I think it's a great initiative, and thanks for inviting me, and I'm glad to be part of it. Thank you.
A very good afternoon, everyone, and it's my pleasure to be here at GIBS event. And thank you to the whole team of GIBS. Thank you and best wishes to Ritesh and team that they have showcased the three good business opportunities. Well, they have selecting these three, either the pets one or the adventure or the cab one. I liked all the three concepts, but yes, the students has to work hard to achieve this. And bringing such kind of events to the business schools will definitely make the business school more stronger in terms of having a life experiences in terms of business. And it's good to meet the fellow friends from the industry. Thank you. Best wishes.
Hello, everyone. So it is indeed a pleasure to be here at the IRE conference, and I believe what GIBS is doing with innovation, research, and entrepreneurship is exemplary. GIBS, as a business school, is leading the way on innovation and entrepreneurship, and this is the need of the hour. Of course, as students, one can always gain a lot of knowledge, but the experience and the hands-on learning that they are getting through working on projects at IRE and the great pitches that came here. I wish IRE School all the best, and I believe great products, great entrepreneurs, great students will come out of the IRE School and the GIFTS Business School. All the best to everyone. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ritvika Agarwal, and I'm a student of GIBS. In GIBS, we have a program called IRE that teaches students to have entrepreneur skills, do proper research, and have innovative ideas. In this journey, I have developed one idea that helped me to be in the finals and be the winner. This idea is aggregating the CAP aggregators. Throughout this program, I have learned many, many, many entrepreneurial skills and concepts, which have actually helped me to learn about the market, the scenario, and how an idea should be nurtured and developed. So I am very thankful to GIBS for this opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Hi. GIBS, the business school, sent an invitation inviting me to an event. And I thought it's another college pass out event. Innovation, research, entrepreneurship, excellence, students promoting business models, Shark Tank looked passe. And we definitely talking of a global phenomena happening here. And I wouldn't be surprised if the projects from these students are sponsored by the corporates, not just the students lifted for jobs. And I think we are looking at entrepreneurship in the absolute perfect scale. Finally, Ritesh, And GIBS team is doing what this country needed for a long time: teach entrepreneurship in business schools to create the best mindsets. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of the whole event today, which has been phenomenal. Thank you.
First of all, my heartfelt thanks to GIBS for honoring me with the Excellence Award on Innovation and Creativity. I'm very impressed on the initiatives of the GIBS management school on several initiatives to foster innovation, research, and entrepreneurial development in the minds of the students. I'm also very impressed on the various presentations made today by the successful winning teams, especially on their thinking way, the quality of presentation, and their viewpoint. I congratulate all the teams and all the winners. I believe that passion, the sincere efforts, and the will to excel are the grassroots of creativity and innovation, and sky is not the limit. I think achieving excellence is one thing, but I always believe the road for success is under construction, which means excellence is absolutely relative. Therefore, aiming for higher and higher things in life through continuous innovations, continuous small improvements, and Kaizen, I think will lead to greater excellence. I wish all the students, the faculty members, and the management every best in all their future endeavors. God bless. Thank you.
I am very glad to be part of innovation, research, and entrepreneurship conclave and conference. We had great panel set of speakers today, and good to hear from our keynote speakers, and of course our MD Ritesh sir on his vision and transforming GIBS to a world-class education institution. I'm also glad to see young entrepreneurs. We had a presentation, three sets of presentation. So all the aspects of innovation is there in the young minds, the curiosity, creativity, design thinking. So I'm very glad that I'm part of this conference today, and I'm wishing GIBS success. Thank you.
Hi. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this event, and hearty congratulations to GIBS management. It's really very need of the hour in terms of what IRE stands for: innovation, research, and entrepreneurship. And what's really needed in a country like ours is to the higher educational institutes to produce more and more of entrepreneurs, more and more of people who can provide employment, because we are the world's largest population, and the more entrepreneurs come, it bodes well for the country. And the whole the program what Gibbs has mentioned, is really well suited for a country like ours, and I really hope that I see more and more success of this program, and I see more and more entrepreneurs coming out of Gibbs. I wish them the very best, and hope to see some of them in Bosch. Thank you. Bye.
Good afternoon, Kiran here. So I happen to teach this team research. It's an amazing batch, and this event gave us a platform to present the skills which usually is nugged in most of the students. So this was a very interesting journey throughout the year, giving them a good platform to open up themselves, understand themselves, and try to present themselves in front of a bigger audience and take the whole scene to the next level. So they are the future of India. Get it going. Thanks, Gibbs, for this platform.
Hi, my name is Dr. Shiva, founder and CEO of GWFM, biggest WFM chartered body in the world. Happy to be here at GIBS conference. Really loved IRE, which is something very incredible. In fact, I don't see such platform or kind of initiative in any of other business schools. GIBS has really brought something incredible platform for students to learn, practice entrepreneurship, and also spend good amount of time in research. It has been phenomenal, and thank you so much for inviting me. I really loved being here. And all the best to GIBS and many more milestones to achieve very soon. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jyoti Prakash Sahu. I'm the professor for entrepreneurship in the PGPIRE program. I think this day happens to be not just a mountaintop experience but also a red letter day in terms of the things to come in the future. Number one, this is not just a culmination but a celebration of so many months of efforts from the children and from every other staff. I think this is going to be things to come which are going to be much, much higher. I love the professionalism in which the program was conducted, especially the showcase at the end from the students. I wish PGPRE all the best, and I'm sure it is going to reach a lot more heights than today. Thank you.
Yeah, I think today's event organized by the GIBS Business School has been tremendous. IRE as a course facilitator, I enjoyed this 1 year of journey. But to top it, we had this conference where the best of the innovation, research, and entrepreneur subject matter experts have come. And one of the best feature of today's event has been recognizing people who have contributed a lot on innovation, entrepreneurship, and that gesture from the management of GIBS is something really remarkable. We enjoyed the entire organization, which was meticulous, timing was spectacular, and the conclusion is tremendous. Thank you so much for helping us do this, and then also to be a part of this entire journey has been a great pleasure. Thank you.